There he is. What's up, guys? Welcome to another live episode. Super exciting night. Why? Talking about LipLess.
Don't give me no lip, man.
And you smell that? The smell of milfoil.
I love the smell of fresh milfoil in the morning.
I opened up my LipLess box tonight, popped the lid, and all I could smell was dead milfoil.
That doesn't look like a LipLess.
No, it was.
Oh, good.
That was a secret one.
No.
We just might talk about that guy.
Secret LipLesses today.
What's up? How's your week, man? We got some exciting news.
Man, we do.
Oh, man, as we're letting the peeps jump on board to another live episode, you'll see down below, we got our Instagram ready to go so Eric doesn't freak out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered a few things. I know, honestly, you guys, last week we had like $200 in donations to the channel. And I was super excited.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. But come to find out, YouTube takes 30% of that.
What?
When you do Super Chat.
Isn't that crazy?
Unreal.
I mean, that's like loan sharking.
I would think. So here's what we're going to do. At the bottom of the screen, you can see, you can head on over and support me through PayPal. That's the address. That way, you don't have to give any of your money away to YouTube. And of course, we got a bunch of SmallmouthCrush merchandise still available. I just shipped out, I think, 8 items today.
The merch.
Where's your hat, by the way?
Well, I was going to ask you the same thing. You're promoting Filthy Anglers?
I guess.
I mean, I'm a Loomis man. It's hard to separate me from... And I repped it fully last week. I figured it was your turn this week.
Good point.
Yeah, so get in there and change it up to SmallmouthCrush.
I will. If you give me a second. We'll see what we can do. So we got a lot on the list here. Obviously, tonight, we're going to be talking about LipLess Crankbaits. There's so many different ways to fish a LipLess Crankbait. So many little secrets that we want to share with you guys. Mm-hmm. But we also decided... Are you ready for this?
Lay it on me, man.
7 days of SmallmouthCrush Live, starting 8:30 Eastern tomorrow night. And we're going to roll it into next week.
You guys asked for it. They want to go live every day. So we're going to try it out, man. We got some topics. And maybe we'll take a few ideas for additional topics. We'll see how it goes, man.
I like it.
We want to hear from the fan base. I mean, you guys, these are great viewers, man.
Yeah, well, listen, M. Jones, he's always been a loyal supporter of the family. So all those 20s I gave back, you don't get them all? He's like, he wants his money back. So, Eric, you better dish it up.
Seeing as how I got 0 of those donations, I'm still in the hole. Let's see, 180 for shipping the codfish, 180.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the chatterbait that I shipped out yesterday and the chatterbaits that I shipped out to you, you owe me 20 for that. Okay, so the balance sheet on me, I'm still way in the red.
You are. Listen, so a couple shouts out. We got a couple cool cats that are watching right now. Head-to-Head Fishing's watching. I'm going to get into that. Actually, I just got off the phone with him. He's going to be joining us sometime this week talking about head-to-head fishing. What is it? I know you guys that are watching right now probably have no clue. But it's super exciting. Right now it's localized, regionalized in Wisconsin. But I think they have some big plans moving forward. So we're going to get him on at some point in the next week during our live broadcast. But we have a whole list of topics that we're going to go over. Tomorrow night...
Hey, Travis, can I just say something about head-to-head fishing?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I tuned in, man. It was so cool to watch 4 local anglers in a 4-square box. Right. The commentators go after it.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a walleye guy.
Yes.
But I can only imagine, smallmouth head-to-head, largy head-to-head, coming to a river lake near you. Man, I'm so stoked, dude. I mean, that's top flight. I think it's the future of fishing. Oops. Did I just say that?
There you go. No, it's super exciting.
Yeah.
I wanted to sign up for an event back in Wisconsin on the bass side. So they had a walleye tournament today. Well, round 1. Tomorrow you can watch it again. But that would be such a cool format. I wish they could do it over here. My schedule right now isn't working out for this year, but hopefully we can get them on later this week and shed some light on what they have going in the future. So tomorrow night, Ryan Salzman's going to join us. He's going to be talking about Tennessee River fishing tips and tricks, if you will. What to do.
Alabama Bass Hammer's coming on?
Post-spawn. And listen, we're going to share a lot of different ways to fish the Tennessee River, but I know not everybody's from the Tennessee River. Me neither, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of things we can pick up and use around our lakes locally. So that's tomorrow. Now remember, we are changing up to 8:30 Eastern, just because we have a lot of stuff going on during the day, and we wanted to push that back just a little bit. Thursday, favorite ways to fish a Kitech. So many different ways. We're going to break that down. Friday, Eric's going to come on and have basically the whole floor, and we're going to talk about all your crankbaits and anything and everything crankbait related, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm sure you're excited about that one.
Oh, stoked, man.
Oh, man. Let me add a couple of these comments here. Yes, head-to-head fishing starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you check out, if you guys are like, don't have to go to work or anything tomorrow, which a lot of us don't, check it out, see what that format's all about, and then just realize how cool that would be in the bass fishing world.
Hey, man. Bass Alarm Buzzbait's in the house. Brian Breezemeister.
Nice.
What's going on, B? B.
Oh, okay. So Saturday, we're going to talk about Finesse plastics, our favorite ways to fish Finesse plastics. Some
sneaky.
Yes, some sneaky baits.
Sneaky.
Sunday.
Will you give up the goods?
I'm going to.
And I'm going to lay down on you a drop shot bait that you've never seen.
Okay.
I got it made up.
I doubt it, but
it's the everlasting gobstopper drop shot. What? I'm just saying. Will you use it? I don't know. Let's see.
Z Baits in the house tonight.
I got to move my camera, I think, this way.
Well, you look fine. You look fine.
Did that work?
Sunday, we're going to do the topic's drop shot basics, but
all Travis.
We might do. Let us know in the comments. Do we want to really break it down and talk about more in-depth stuff? I mean, we could literally talk for hours about that. So
I think
we've been debating here.
I'm going to cover power shotting because I think we got some clips that we can do from one of the trips you and I took.
Right.
I was power shotting a little bit, and it was worked to really good effect. I mean, you're the drop shot king, so the rest of the show's for you, man.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah. But I'll go in for some power shotting.
Oh man. Love it. What else we got here? There he goes, Sean jumping in.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, and listen, guys, when you make a donation through PayPal, let me know. I'm gonna shout you guys out. Sean stepped it up hard just now. I know it's not as fun. You can't see the super chats coming in, but Sean's there for us as always. Monday, swim jigs.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I went down in the Bass Lab, and I'll just give a little. And dude, this is a Kitech skirt color. They're making Kitech skirt colors now for all you jig tires out there. So the first one I did was a little Finesse jig and it's called Smalley Magic for Travis. It's got a little of that crystal flash in there, man. It's got a green pumpkin back with a little red eye, man. Oh, that's going to be tasty. I think so. Yeah, boom. We might just tie up a couple custom swim jigs for the viewers.
I like it.
All right.
There's so much we can talk about swim jigs.
Should we tie up a Red Cross swim jig? I don't know.
Might as well.
Might as well, right? Fire Cross swim jigs, anyone?
Love it. Man.
People the comments are rolling
I
in,
know,
man.
I'm trying to keep up here.
That we can't. We need a moderator, dude.
Then next week, Tuesday, we're going to wrap it up with line, our topic about line. So I had one of our subscribers messaged me on Instagram and basically said, hey, what's the deal? Is expensive line better than, I mean, the dude was like, I could spend $60 on a 300-yard spool or $14.99. And I kind of went into it, my thoughts, and I thought, you know what, that would be a great topic, talking about line. I'm going to share, real quick, I think it's what you have confidence in, and that works. And I have confidence in $12 spools of line, and I have confidence in $40 spools of line, and I'm going to share with you when and where we use those types of lines and for what purpose. And I'm sure, Eric, you can you can talk all night about line as well. So.
I got some thoughts, man, because a couple years back, I was struggling with my line choices. I was all over the map experimenting. So I'll share some of my stories and what caused me to experiment, and how I eventually landed on a couple key lines.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I got it.
Yeah.
So are we
all
gonna,
over the map?
Are we going to break our live record tonight? We're at 145. I bet you we will.
That's
you guys
low.
Want to share? I know. Share, like, whatever you got to do. Let's see if we can get a bunch of people on. C2 wants to talk about live scope. You know what? We'll do that. Right now I have a lot of issues. Where do we even begin? So I had
live scope.
No, just yes. My new boat. Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh man, it's a wreck.
So I can't get a straight answer from Nitro. My new boat's completed on a trailer, but not shipping. And I'm supposed to sell my boat Saturday.
And you've already taken everything off your boat, right?
Yes.
Ready for the new boat.
Correct. I don't know, dude. I'm freaking out.
The boat is made?
That's what I'm hearing.
But you can't get it trailered here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in Missouri?
Yes, and if this keeps up...
It's Springfield.
I might not. I don't know what's going to happen. So,
can you drive to Springfield and pick it up? That would seem to be essential.
No, because the governor is not allowing any business transactions to be taking place for non-essential businesses in PA. So I could definitely go steal my boat, but technically I wouldn't own it. So
as long as you promise to pay.
We got to sign some paperwork, Eric, before I pick up that boat.
You're right.
That's the problem.
Maybe you could do a Zoom transaction.
Maybe.
There's something called DocuSign. Businesses use it all the time. It's digital signatures.
No, you can't. I don't know.
It's perfectly legal. It's binding and accepted. Oh, we'll talk offline, man. Maybe I got a tip for you. It's free. There's a free version out there.
Okay.
I'm just throwing out some ideas.
I don't know. Well, let's get into the topic at hand here.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's
because listen, C2
I don't want to stress out anymore,
C2
man.
keeps pressuring me about live scope, and my new boat is going to be set up. Yeah, I don't even know how to say it.
Clearly.
It will be the best live scope system the world has ever seen.
Whoa.
Yes.
Let's put a live scope on that statement.
I'm not talking about one. I'm not talking about two. Boom.
The triple header. You have officially lost it. You'll be fishing with your head down all day.
And that's something we're going to talk about when we do talk about live scope, is you can totally mess yourself up, especially in a tournament, relying on that pattern and that pattern alone. And
you told me the story. You told me the story. Why don't you give a little story talk about that moment where the live scope got you setting the hook a little early?
That too. Yes.
A. What was the B?
Well, the fact that sometimes a shallow water pattern may be better, a pattern where you won't necessarily see those fish on the graph, and you're out there trying to force something to happen with your head down, banging into another boat because you're not even looking around at your surroundings.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I mean, that's the power that draws you in, because you've seen what you've seen, you've caught what you've caught. It's maybe that mental adjustment that you're going to need to make now that you're going to have the triple threat live scope. I don't know where you're going to go, man. That's like a VR game. It's like virtual reality fishing. What does it become? Kind of geek. It's geeking me out a little bit.
It's fun, dude. It's so much fun.
Now I've seen it. Remember,
First of all,
I put one on my partner's boat, so I've seen it. I've seen it with you. I've watched it happen.
Yes. First of all, David, I would not have purchased all three at retail. That would be insane. We're just throwing that out there. All right, let's get into the topic at hand. I got a whole box of LipLess Crankbaits. I got a couple rods over here. Where do we start? Let's talk about, before we get into basic baits.
All right.
Let's talk about the rods.
Yeah, man.
Because I know Everyone's going to have a different opinion. And listen, I am not the LipLess Crankbait king by any means, okay? Those guys on the Tennessee River, maybe out in California, Florida, shell beds, places like that.
Don't ignore the Potomac and the Chesapeake.
No, I get that.
Because there are some amazing rattle trappers out there.
Okay.
Because they're grass fisheries, right?
Right.
And I mean,
I'm going to tell you right now,
incredible tool on the
a
Potomac.
LipLess Crankbait is something that, as a tool that I'm still learning as an angler. I've used it for years. I feel like I'm strong at it. But, you know, what I'm about to tell you as far as setup, things like that, you could probably go out and find 10 other reasons why this isn't the perfect setup either. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think everybody will agree that, you know, you're using a crank and stick for all-purpose rattle trapping, right?
Yes.
What length rod? 7.1, 7.3?
Yeah, so let's just get into it.
Yeah, man, dive right in.
For all my bait casting rods right now, I use Dobbins. Why? Because there's a lot of information out there. If you type in a Dobbins 705 on Google, you're going to get a bunch of reviews and a bunch of reasons what that rod is made for, why it's good for this and that. And that's one of the main reasons, was all the information and the reviews on these rods and how they use them is out there. And so it was easy for me because I said, all right, I want a rod for this application, whether it be a swim bait, whatever, an Alabama rig to a jig. I was able to really find out, based on their lineup of rods, what's going to work best for my situation. And so that's why I use Dobbins. Now, I'm not sponsored by Dobbins. I'll tell you this, if you're aggressive with your rods like I am, I have to replace my rod guides quite a bit from my Dobbins rods. It just happens. It's probably the way, how I am. So I do.
Maybe there's a problem with what they use from an epoxy standpoint. Where are those rods made, bro?
I'm sure they're made the fabulous China.
China.
Right? That's pretty much where everything's made.
I'll just say this about that. I've used my Loomises for years, the cranking sticks, and unless I jam my rod tip trying to free a bait, I've never had a guide fail, except recently when I was power shotting. And that was not a regular guide. That was more of one of those, what are those guides called that you can bend and they're not supposed to break? It broke right at the foot and snapped my line when I was power shotting. Anyway, but keep going. So I think there's something weird about that. Humidity, like when you're making a rod, I don't know how much you know about rod making, but when you're making a rod, the humidity's got to be right. You got to let it cure. If you're in a hurry, when you're epoxying those guides, it's no bueno, man. I don't know why your guides are falling out. I'd be pissed.
Listen,
what is it, like $5-10 a guide? You got to send it somewhere and get it repaired.
I take it down to my local tackle shop and $10 to get it fixed. But
what a pain in the ass!
It is,
but you're paying good price for that. Dang. Well, okay. I don't want to rag on your Dobbins, but darn. I'd be upset.
In fact, right now my favorite chatterbait rod's in the shop. But anyways,
how long did it take for that guide problem to happen? Is it a year, 2, 3, 4, 5? You fish a lot. So that's fair.
A lot of it's probably how I throw them in the rod locker, Eric. To be honest with you, I move these rods in and out of rod lockers and vehicles in my garage constantly. Okay.
I
do. Fair. I'm aggressive.
But do you use a rod sock?
I do.
And you cast like a wild man. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. You're putting so much torque. I don't know. Anyway, keep going, man.
All right.
Let's talk about line. General line.
All right. So, general rule for me, when I'm throwing the LipLess, I'm going to use fluorocarbon line. And I'm on the lighter side, I'm going to use 12 pound.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just me. So, let me go through my setup and then we'll talk about yours. Fair?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everybody knows mine.
Open water.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Or sparse vegetation. I'm going to show you guys a clip of a trip that I may or may not have been out on recently, where I threw it in sparse vegetation. I'm going to use the Dobbins 705 CB glass rod. So it's a fiberglass rod. Obviously you guys know with a fiberglass rod, that rod tip's going to really load up, allow you to fight that fish, because a lot of times when you get a bite, It's not down the throat. They swiped at it. Okay? And so, and you'll see some of these baits. Yes, I do have triple grips, and we'll get into all that. This here was a LipLess I was using recently, and it's just round bend hooks. And a lot of those fish were swiping, and I was getting them on the outside of the mouth. And because I wasn't ripping through vegetation, I was able to get away with the 705, which is a great rod to throw whenever you're in open water, smallmouth fishing, rocks, again, sparse vegetation. If I can rip it through grass without getting a bunch of grass back in my hands and tangled up on the hooks, I'm cool. I'm going to go with that. Now, later in the year, you're going to find yourself fishing some heavier milfoil, hydrilla grass, eelgrass, things like that. For that application, I'm going to use a graphite rod. And it's going to have a little bit heavier tip. It's still soft. This one here is probably by far the best versatile rod on the market that Dobyns makes. I'll throw a spook on this rod, a spinner bait. But if I'm ripping through grass, 734C, it's an amazing rod, guys. Chatterbaits in grass as well. But this just allows me to rip that bait, get a clean retrieve. And yes, I'm going to probably lose a little bit more fish. But I just have, if you're in heavy grass, that's the rod I'm going to go with. Now, I stick with 12 on that as well. I have used braid. I'll use braid on a chatterbait a lot of times. Also when I'm ripping, when I really need to get that quick rip, get that grass off the hooks. And so, but I know a lot of you guys will probably use heavier line. Now, there's tips and tricks that go along with your line as well that we could maybe talk about later. And that's running monofilament, 20-pound test, 17 mono, to get that bait to rise up off the grass.
Yeah, true.
Right? So this isn't a, one rod, one line situation. This is just...
Agreed.
It goes with experience. So I'll let you talk about your setup, Eric.
Well, I watched the comments. A couple questions for you. So you're a St. Croix guy on your spinning rods.
I am.
Why don't you carry that St. Croix right through to your bait casting?
Because I financially have a lot of money invested in Dobyns, and if I was to switch over to the St. Croix lineup of bait casters,
it'd just be crazy. Yeah, fair enough.
That's $10,000-$12,000.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Not worth it, man. Stick with the Dobyns and keep replacing the guides, bro. For sure. Yeah, I'm not going to go deep into my setup because I think you covered it, man. I think we need to get right into the baits, but people know I'm a Loomis guy. Brian Briesmeister from Bass Alarm is on tonight, and he turned me on to a rod called a Kistler Feel and Reel. So it's one of the, and I think we talked about it last show. It's one of those on the Chatterbait show, in fact. It's one of those composite rods, right? Graphite to fiberglass. It's a blended blank. So, sure. Open water, I'm still using my Bronze series from G. Loomis. It's a blended blank fiberglass, graphite, 745 for most of my applications. If anybody out there can find them, let me know if you're not going to buy them because I'll snap them up on eBay. I do have some in reserve. Knock on wood, I haven't broke a rod yet. I haven't snapped off a guide. I have had to replace a tip, but that's on me because I was poking crankbaits to get them unsnagged. Line size anywhere from early season, if I want to get a bait deep and there's not heavy grass and it's just emerging, 12-pound test. You get a lot more vibration and action out of your bait, right? All the way up to 20-pound later in the season and or braid for snapping. So I think we covered it there, bro. Mm-hmm. I really do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I get it.
Yep.
Oh, these comments are funny tonight.
So I got a couple tips. So how many people practice, and I learned this on Bass U, by the way. Why would I throw a rattle trap with no hooks?
In practice?
Uh-huh.
That's obvious.
Do you? I mean, you answered the question right, but have you ever done it?
No.
Apparently, they hold on to the bait a long time, so that's a little tip for you. Second tip. Why would I throw a rattle trap with one hook?
I know exactly why.
Why?
I might have you beat.
Tell me why.
Well, you're going to get less grass.
A.
And you're going to get less grass?
No. The B part is where do people not throw rattle traps? In laydowns, wood. Yeah. It's a bait that they haven't seen much. So I'm going to show you guys a really funky bait. And I was down fishing on Lake Conroe in Texas with Sean Hernke. And I had picked up a couple of balsa rattle traps.
I like Brian's comment. I love fishing too much. Stick them. That's right, man. I like setting the hook on these fish.
That's right. That's right. So this is a balsa rattle trap. And it weighs about, probably just a little bit more than a quarter ounce. And it's got a single hook. But see where that hook is way to the back? And this has a super nose down attitude. I was reeling this through bulrush that was dead and wood and never got hung up. And I was stinging the fish. Crazy. So if you want to try a rattle trap with one hook, now you'll also notice, and this is another tip that you could do. A lot of people, raise your hand if you ever lost a fish on a rattle trap. Oh my gosh, right? Crying the blues, man. I can name many times where I've lost some pigs. Second split ring. Second two split rings. So I've taken the back hook off this rattle trap and I've added an extra split ring. So with a regular one split ring, right, and I'll show you the Booyah One Knocker, right, you get about, I don't know, I can turn the hook maybe 3 times before it binds up, right, and the fish can now use the leverage of the bait to throw it. With 2, I'll turn it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get like double the rotation before it binds up. You'll lose a lot less fish with two split rings. Check it out. And I got one more trick on the hook side. I haven't experimented with it yet, but I'm very curious about this. How many people would throw an inline single hook on the back hook for your rattle trap?
Do tell.
Do you think it would this lower the percentage of the fish that you hooked up?
Absolutely, Eric. It will.
I've got to. We're gonna have to try it. We're gonna have to try it, man. I still think you're getting hung up in the grass and you're snapping it out. So I think my bait, and here's what I'm trying to say: my bait's gonna stay cleaner longer. So I think I'm gonna have more productive time in the water with that. But that single treble on the bottom, if they're really eating the bait, I'm gonna get them. And this is just the assurance hook. Wow. Interesting concept, right?
So.
Look, we fish on grass fisheries, man.
Yes.
I want to experiment, bro. That's what it's all about.
This is my go-to little guy here.
Not the same old
situations.
Yeah, all right.
You see with that little flashy?
I do.
I like it, dude. I like it. So this allows me to accomplish 2 things. It gives that bait a little bit more flash, and I don't get hung up in the grass as much.
Right.
Notice I have a triple grip, red, on the front. Why?
Yep.
Because I believe at the last second that fish wants to commit, part of me thinks or hopes that they hone in on that red hook sometimes.
Right.
You feel me, bro?
Yeah.
You feel me?
I mean, yeah, red hooks for sure, man. Thing. Oh, there's no doubt, man. I mean, red hooks on traps, red hooks on jerkbait. I mean, does it work? And I think you guys know from the jerkbait episode, but that red hook from Gamakatsu is actually a gold hook. So I love it when it starts to get chewed up. It'll have some red and some gold. So now you got like another color happening, and gold is one of the best all-time colors, especially in the spring. You want to get into like styles of baits and like, so who made the original vibrating lipless? That's a question for the viewers. That's a trivia question. I'm not even sure I know the answer. I did an Instagram post one time on like this same old trap or something like that.
All right.
And then I popped out with the Bill Lewis, and then people were like, "Wait a minute, it didn't start there." And then I went back, and then I kept going back. Bagley Fanatic chimed in. So who knows out there what the original vibrating bait was? There was something called the Sonic, right? You guys remember that? Let me go over to my bass tree and get it.
You go get it.
I'm gonna go get it, but I want to hear people sound off. What was the original vibrating lipless bait?
There is so much to talk about, Eric.
Does anybody know?
Why did I spray paint a LipLess Crankbait black?
I don't know. Why did I paint this one black with red? Because it doesn't get enough play.
Who painted that sexy thing?
Oh, Tacklecraft.
God.
Tacklecraft's the man.
Dude, I don't even know where to start.
Man, I'll raise you one on your pogo shot. But all right, so let's see. All right, Cotton Cordell, Bayou Boogie. Bayou Boogie. Okay, here's the Bayou Boogie. Was that the original one? Or is that the Headin'? Oh, I think that's the Bayou Boogie. Right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right. Yes, Sonic was a Headin', right? Yeah, I talked about that. Cotton Cordell. Let's see. Are you seeing it? Cotton Cordell, Bayou Boogie. I don't know, man. We need like somebody who's like really, really, really into Cotton Cordell, man.
Everybody wants to talk about the red-eye shad too.
Well, the red-eye shad like kind of took. I mean, look, the rattle trap dominated the game for years, right? I mean, there it is, the original Bill Lewis rattle trap, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's throwing it in half-ounce, quarter-ounce. Everybody scored fish on it, right? But then KVD came out with the red-eye shad. I mean, look at this red-eye shad that got beaten up, man. I'm missing one eye. This side's almost completely silver. Man, that thing's done some work, man. It's chipped off.
Yes.
You know? And so I put an EWG on the bottom and a round bed on the back. So here's a question for everybody. Does anybody think the original red-eye shads or the original 1.5s are better than the current ones? Do they switch manufacturers? Do they cheapen the bait in any way? I'm dying to know. There are guys that swear that the original red-eye shads and the original 1.5s that came out were the best. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm overwhelmed right now about even where to start.
We're trying to go back to the beginning, right?
Let's talk about some scenarios.
What is that?
Well, I'm going to give you an example, and you're going to tell me what your favorite LipLess crankbait is for that situation.
Okay, situational. Okay, good.
Okay. Open water, maybe hard bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yo-yoing, bringing a rattle trap, a LipLess up off the bottom and letting it fall. What would be the best LipLess crankbait for that application?
Okay, I got one for you. The Jackal TN series with a tungsten lip. Yeah, this bait kind of stays upright. You can worm this on the bottom, man. There it is. Okay, good. We're in alignment.
But
they make another one now that has like this big wide tungsten ball on the front. You know what I mean?
Listen,
have you seen it?
I love this bait.
Yeah.
And Ryan's the one that got me involved with this. I like to slowly crawl this over shallow rock.
Yeah, me too.
Now, it works for yo-yoing, but my favorite is going to be the rip and wrap right there. Dude, if I'm yo-yoing, this is the bait of choice for me.
Well, some people might argue with you and say that the red-eye shad is, and why? Because the red-eye shad on the fall stays level and shimmies on the down, right? Stays level and shimmies on the down. And I'll throw a curveball at you on a yo-yo bait.
And people might say the Spro is better than the red-eye shad for that.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's so many choices.
But that's the whole magic of the discussion, right?
I know. But go ahead. Talk about the red eye.
So here's another yo-yo bait for you guys. It's the Pogo Shad by Mans. But what makes this bait special? Do you know what this does when it falls?
Helicopters?
It corkscrews like a tube.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, it does. Yeah, remember I turned you on to this bait, bro. This is a bad mamma jamma. It's like nothing you've ever thrown. It's probably one of the hardest thumping. So lipless baits are known for their tight vibration, right? This is a wide, wobbling, hard thumping bait. And when you kill it, it spirals on the downfall. So it really triggers bites, especially in a yo-yo situation. You got a hard thump on the upswing and then a spiral on the downswing. You got to watch for line twists. So if you ever find one of these, because they ain't cheap, by the way, make sure you're retying your line. Because if you're yo-yoing or you're ripping, when you pause that bait, it's twisting your line. Straight up. But it's deadly on the yo-yo. Mm-hmm. Deadly on the yo-yo. What else? What's the next situation? So we talked about ripping through grass. Ripping through grass. What's your favorite ripping through grass?
Lately?
Yeah. Come on, man.
I've been on the Yozuri kick.
Yeah.
But
so that Yozuri, it's worth mentioning and talking real quick about that Yozuri, right? Because there's something unique about this Yozuri. Okay, so this is a 1/2 ounce trap. Look at the size of the bait. Half-ounce trap. Can you guys see that? And this is a 5/8 ounce Yozuri. The Yozuri's smaller in profile, and it's an eighth of an ounce heavier, right? And that's unique. So, does anybody? I painted this up, by the way, and I just think it's worth showing you guys that I painted this up like 3 years ago, and I took my buddy Scooter Lily out in the Potomac. Does that look like a fire craw to anybody? I scorched him, man, and we were just practicing, by the way. But yeah, man, 5/8 of an ounce. It's an odd size for a trap. Nobody else that I know makes 5/8 ounce traps, do they?
What is the? Yes.
5/8.
Right here.
5/8.
Yes.
That's the Yozuri.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I was distracted by the comments. I'm sorry.
We're still talking about the Yozuri.
All right. What about this guy? Hard to find.
What do you got?
Hard to find.
Booyah!
Nope. That's the original Excalibur.
Yeah.
XR50. Single knock. Rattles. Jeez.
Yeah, this is nice. That's the one I showed everybody earlier with the single hook. What are you looking at the comments, man?
I am. Look at this. So this is my favorite. If I had to throw one lipless the rest of my life, it would be this guy here.
In a one knocker.
In a one knocker. This is the Excalibur. What is it? The 2075.
Yeah.
For smallmouth, that would be.
Man, why just smallmouth?
Well, I don't know. This bait in particular, I've caught hundreds of smallmouth on, and it would tear me up if I was ever to lose it.
Right. You know, another bait that I like for grass fishing is the Lucky Craft LVR D7. Yeah, man, that's kind of forgotten.
Lucky Craft has, we didn't even talk about that guy yet. The LV 500.
So tell people, why are you throwing that LV? Because
that's
a heavy bait.
I like this.
Right?
Yes, it's heavy. If I'm fishing deeper, okay.
Yeah.
I really like this in open water too. Okay.
Yeah.
And the hooks are awfully sharp. I just stuck myself.
Yeah.
But as you see, I have a lot of natural colors. I have some matte crayfish colors as well, but sure. I do like to throw this more in open water. Do you agree?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw Lucky Craft in grass as well. I mean, I don't. For me, I haven't found one bait that like super excels in grass unless I'm trying to get the bait through cleaner. I think there are baits that have broader noses on the front, and they plow into the grass more. You've got a thinner bait that like the shape of kind of like your rip and wrap. I mean, I've got one here, which is this is a buzzer beater right here. And it's got well, this is called the Whizzer, sorry. And it's got this little this slot in this hook. It's kind of like the what's that chatterbait that has that rotating little swivel up top?
I don't know.
It's not the cricket. Come on, it's made. Strike King makes it.
I don't know. Listen, guys are asking me how my Excalibur. Go ahead. Sorry. My Excalibur stash is good. I got plenty more. Yeah, I'm loaded up. In case you're wondering, they don't make these anymore, and they are an amazing lipless crankbait. Now, Booyah.
They're making them again.
Makes one that's similar. I've caught fish on Booyahs. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, there's no doubt. I'm curious because the shape of the Booyah and the Excalibur are almost exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Are they the same bait? Did they buy the mold? Because Excalibur's not being made anymore, right?
No.
Yeah.
You can't get them anymore, dude.
Somebody asked about the Shadowlac from Bagley, and here it is.
I haven't even looked.
This is a Bagley Shadowlac, and it's super loud, man. Listen to that thing. So there's your Thunder Cricket. Thank you very much, M. Jones. Yeah, that's the Shadowlac by Bagley, and it's still got the original hooks on. I've never thrown it. It's a super loud bait. It looks like one of those, Cordell baits, man.
Yes.
I got a few sleepers.
Do show.
I'm gonna give you a sleeper bait in the Lucky Craft category. I'm gonna actually knock this bait, and I want you to listen and tell me, anybody out there, if they can identify this Lucky Craft lipless bait. Okay, here it goes.
Okay.
Can you hear that high-pitched metal sound if you stop making noise? Did you hear it?
Yes.
What is it? I'll do it again. Don't make a sound, Travis. Can you hear that high-pitched metal sound?
LVR.
Yeah, well.
Mini.
Nope.
I don't know.
All right, it's the LV200. And if this was clear, you could see there are no rattles in this bait. All there is a metal, it's a piece of metal in the middle of the bait. So this is pretty sneaky. If you're fishing in very, if you're around a lot of fishermen in a cove that's full of grass, and they've heard every trap on the planet, and they've heard every chatterbait come by, the Lucky Craft LV 200 is something that can wake those fish up. Notice I got the feather on the back?
I do.
Yeah, that's a nice little trick too. Gives it a really good shad profile, but it's like a little symbol in there, man. It's very cool. So it does have a knocking sound, but that metal sound too, very unique. So I think it's kind of cool. Like, you know, people are like one knocker, and one thing we haven't talked yet about is a silent trap. When do we move from a rattling, a one knock, you know, the stayed and steady rattle BBs that, you know, rattle trap, put them the OG, you know, to the one knocker or to the LV. You know, this is LV and red crawl, but it'll get you a few more looks, right? So maybe, and that's a thought. Like during your tournament day, your bite slows down. You know how it opens up for bite windows. Could you switch up a bait with a unique sound like this 200 or a silent rattle trap and score more, right?
You have to, when you, especially on tidal water, or I'm sure a lot of places around the country, Guntersville, when you're in a tournament situation, you're in a grass bed, you literally have 30 boats around you at times.
Right.
And you got to try to figure out a way to differentiate yourself, whether it be color, sound. I'll do that. I start out with a one knocker a lot, but man, it's switching things up. And guess what? That bite changes hourly, especially on tidal water too. So we're always rotating. Head-to-head fishing goes, what about, and I have never heard of this, and maybe I suck, the Kamuki Smartfish?
I got one.
What is it?
I'm embarrassed to say if I can find it, man. I think it's in the garage. But it's got lead on the front. It's a funky-looking bait, man.
I want to know how he even knows about that.
Well, just Google it, man. You mean me?
No.
Oh, him.
Brian. I don't know. Maybe it's a newer bait that maybe they're reintroducing it or something.
Right.
I don't know.
So I'm going to keep going with my sneaky baits. All right, how about that?
Yeah.
So somebody asked if I fish Conowingo. So in the fall, if you fish Conowingo, that place gets just loaded with shad about that big. I mean, they are tiny. And so Bass Pro Shops makes a bait that's about this size too, and it is a dynamite bait.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay, I think you should stop.
Okay.
So this is a Yozuri. And I'm going to hold up the regular Yozuri just for size comparison. So this is the Yozuri 5/8, and this is the Yozuri 3/8. This is a really tiny trap. And I don't know if anybody's ever thrown the Rattle Trap Mini either. That's even tinier. But that's a 3/8 ounce bait. You can really chuck this bait on bait casting tackle. The Bass Pro Shops is a 3/8 ounce as well. I haven't put them on a scale, but they call it a 3/8. We actually weighed in about 16 and change. The nearest competitors that same day weighed in like 6. We dusted everybody, and this was the bait. It wasn't in this color. It was an olive back because the shad in there are olive. This is a blue back. This is their bleeding shad color. But in the fall, think small. You can wear them out, man. And this bait as well in grass during the summer. Don't put your rattle trap down. People always think just spring. No, man. It's a bait that will catch them. Now I'm going to blow your mind on something, Travis.
All right.
I was on the Potomac, and a guy was in a grass bed out in front of a quaya, and the fish were stacked and loaded. And we're trapping. We're throwing all our stuff, you know. There's poppers, top water, everything. And he is fishing subsurface. And he's ripping a bait. And he's catching them. And I'm like, dude, I went over because I'm like, what are you throwing? He goes, I'm throwing a vibration bait, but it wasn't a LipLess. What was it? What was it?
I don't know.
I'll show you. And it wasn't this one. He wasn't throwing a Binsky, but he was throwing a blade bait. This blade, the winter blade. in the summer.
Sure.
In the summertime on the Potomac, it gets, now I wouldn't throw red craw, I'd throw the silver or the gold. But on the summer in the Potomac, you get this invasion and the upper bay of bay anchovies, and they are really about that big. You pitch that around docks in the summer, you could reel this straight, you could rip it out, and it comes through pretty clean, right? The hooks are small. You'll be shocked what you can catch. Really better probably on the outside edge of the grass where it drops off, you know what I mean? You're not going to be throwing it in thick grass, but throwing it on the edges, points of grass, little patches of milfoil, holes. So that's a sleeper technique.
Listen, I just got a text from the Real Shot, head-to-head fishing.
Yeah.
He has these Kamuki smart fishes. I don't think it's what you were thinking.
No, I do have them. Yeah, I bought 2.
Oh. That's a very unusual...
It has the lead. It has lead on the belly, I said.
Yeah, so he has them in stock right now at the Real Shot. Yep. I'm interested in them.
Yep.
I don't have my link up because apparently it doesn't work, but I know you guys have been buying a bunch of stuff from the Real Shot. Continue to. We'll get it fixed.
That's right. That's right.
That's an interesting looking... You got one in the garage, dude?
Yeah. It's a funky bait, man. I might be down here, man.
Does it just have a hook on the back?
Yeah. I got it. Maybe it's in here. Hold on.
What possessed you to buy it?
Dude, you know me. I'm always looking for something different, and I'm like, that looks funky, man. Wow. And I watched the action because they have some like actions, and I mean, before we were shut down, I was like, man, I need something new in the trap game. So I'm like, that's kind of funky. You know. Anyway, M. Jones, shut up. The blade bait is a secret. Not anymore. So was the pogo shad till I showed Travis.
So 6 Sense makes a suspending lipless. I have not got on the 6 Sense craze yet.
Let's talk about that because what was the original suspending trap? There was the Red Zone, right? Let me see. Where's my Red Zone by Excalibur again? I think it was Bill Lewis. Sorry. Rattle Trap Red Zone. Cordell makes a suspending spot. If anybody out there, I have not mastered this bait, and I'm really curious about this bait because I fish a lot of grass. And so I'm thinking to myself, the grass is 2 foot below the surface. This thing suspending and just ticking the tops of the grass. Talk to me, guys. Who out there knows and can unlock the secrets of a suspending trap or a floating trap for me? Dang. I want to know. I want to know. I got them, but you know what? I half-heartedly threw them a couple times, and then my partner's like whacking them on a regular trap, and I'm like, screw this. So maybe I just didn't figure out the right time. Is it a post-spawn thing? Is it a spawn thing? I just don't know.
I don't know.
It wouldn't make sense to be pre-spawn because those fish are active. They're chewing. But post-spawn, they're looking for an easy meal. They're prone to, topwater baits, walking baits. They're prone to a swim jig. It's all subsurface stuff and topwater. But this suspending thing, I mean, this is like a jerk bait. Think about it. It's a jerk bait rattle trap. Fish it like a jerk bait. Has anybody sounded off yet, man?
Yes, not about the floating.
Man, yeah. I don't know. So the mystery continues. Nobody can help me out, man. Dang it.
Switch to a buzzbait then. That's
what Brian said. I saw that. All right, I've got a quiz for everybody.
All right, you keep doing that. I got to get a couple more ice cubes, Brohim, okay?
All right, this is probably the original suspending trap. So this is a Viva. And my buddy Billy Kramer went out with Jimmy Houston on the Potomac, and Jimmy was throwing this Viva suspending frickin' trap. Look how funky the shape of that bait is. And Bill Kramer said that Jimmy Houston put a whipping on him with this bait. So I got all fevered up. I found like one. I don't even know where I got this bait. Never even threw it, by the way. I cheapened out because I think it's like a $20 bait back in the day. And bought myself some Red Zones and Cordell floating spots and proceeded to throw them. And like I told you, my buddies were like going to town on regular traps, so I put it down too quick. So anyway, this is crazy. Dan. All right, Dan Handcuff. Jesus, Eric, I'm trying, buddy. All right, let me go back. Dan Handcuff's got the answer here. Where are you at? 6 on YouTube. Damn, were you trying to tell me something? Duo Apex 5. Is that what you're talking about, Dan? Answer yes or no. Remember, I'm a little bit slower because I am saying Chris. Crank it and grass. Yeah. All right, Bill, I'll throw my floating trap across the top of grass in the summer. Cool. I like it. Good deal. All right. Where's my big bait? Oh, yeah. All right. Can anybody name this bait? I'm going to give you a size comparison to a trap. So this is a half-ounce bait. All right. It's a big bait. Compare it to a, let me get a regular rattle trap here. One of my favorite colors. Spring, chartreuse spring crawl. I've caught so many good fish on this color. All right, so look at the size differential. Does anybody know what this bait is? And I'm going to show you. It's got a bulbous cavity right here in the middle. It's really fat on the bottom. Travis, you know what this bait is?
I don't want to. No, I don't. I'm sorry.
All right, man. So this is a tri-shad. Tri-shad. They don't make them anymore. But a company brought them back. All right. So this tri-shad, they had two different versions. They had a blue dot on the tail and a red dot. One was floating and one was sinking. This is a big bait. All right. And this is a great early spring bait. And I'm trying to think of the company who brought them back. Now, this is the new version. And so they use the exact same mold. This is the new version, the silver one on the side. They're identical in nature. Identical. And I can't remember the name, and I can't find the boxes, but this is a floating trap right here. So, Travis, while you were gone, I did get some answers. People are like, I throw a floating trap over grass in the summer. I'm thinking like, it's like a jerk bait. I think perhaps it's like post-spawn, throwing a jerk bait. You can really do some good work out there, even pre-spawn. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So this is the tri-shad. This is the new one. If anybody has ever thrown this bait, let me know. I'm a shallow grass. There you go. Suspending. Tony, there it is, man. I think we should get straight up and try it, Travis.
We should.
Let's take out some suspending traps, throw it in some good grass that we found, right?
Okay.
After the regular trap bite dies, and see if we can yank a few more out.
Let's, we got time for a small little clip?
I think so.
Let's see how we work. This was what was that? Oh, one of my favorite ones, and I can't even think of the name right now. It still has some milfoil. I think this clip was the Ozuri. I know I threw a red-eye shad too, but let me pull up the clip. Share with you guys how I'm working on that fiberglass rod in sparse. Clip of the bridge. No, this isn't the bridge. So here I am. You can see how that rod loads up, allows me to fight this fish. And this is a pretty decent fish. It was right around 4 pounds or so. I am. We're watching it now. At least I am. Will says I'm toasted. That was my second glass, so no, not yet. So as you can see, I'm just pumping this through that grass. There's not a lot of grass there. But I just love how that rod just loads up.
There he is. Another fish in the grass.
Can you see it, Eric? And you guys, that fish on the Chesapeake, have no idea where this is, by the way. So don't even try. Yeah. Before the quarantine. And they were eating it.
That's how you know they're chewing it.
I love it. I would rather throw a trap than a chatterbait. To be honest with you.
I mean, it depends on what they're eating better. Yeah, I'll throw either. Whatever they're eating. Look at that crispy salad coming off that hook, man. Yeah, doing work. Boom, got him. You fight him like a tuna, man. You're pumping him in.
You can with that rod. Well, do you got anything else? Because I have another little. Is the video done playing on your end?
No, not yet. I'm still enjoying it. Look, he had it sideways in his mouth. He choked it down. He did a headshot on that one.
Man, you guys are behind.
Yeah, remember, you're running it, and then it has to broadcast to us over the... We're on the line right now, so because it has to go over the line, right? Yeah. All right, it just ended for me.
Okay.
All right, I got another little tricky bait. Who can name this bait? And who made it?
I've seen them.
Who made it? Who made it? What's the manufacturer? Come on. I'm going to wait. I've been giving them up too early, man.
I don't know.
All right. Does anybody out there know what this bait is? It's a little short shovel nose. This thing will come through anything, especially in this. I'm giving you a tip. If you take the back hook off, and where was the company located? All right. This company is known for a famous crankbait.
Lucky Strike?
No. They're known for a famous early season cold water high mountain reservoir crankbait. I just gave it away. Now I've given the manufacturer away. It is one of the best. I see a storm. Okay, does anybody have... You got that right. Who's got the name? Nobody's got the name yet. So it is a storm. I'll confirm. Think about a state. Everything's bigger in?
Texas.
All right. So this is a Lil Tex. By storm. And this joker will go through anything if you take off the back hook. I only got a couple, so I don't throw it. But anyway, that's a little rattle trap history. Who knew that Storm made a rattle trap? And yes, it has rattles. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, man, little Storm.
I love it. I love it. All right, so did we give up enough goods?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's a whole Finesse chatterbait side of the world, man.
How about this? Let's
the whole JDM side of the rattle trap world.
I know.
Right? I mean, there's the whole color. So let's dive back. Let's step back.
Okay.
I want to step back. So if you could only carry 3 colors on any tidal river around here, what would your 3 colors be? We know you're going to pick up one of your spring crawl colors, right? Mm-hmm. So any spring crawl color, red, spring crawl, this is chartreuse spring crawl. This is, all right. So what are you going to go for after you go for your spring crawl?
My other 2 would be right here, and that's it.
All right. Show me.
Cloudy days, sunny days.
Bingo. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. 3 colors. You got to have a gold side, black back, orange belly, a little bit of orange throat there. You're going to have a silver blue back, right? And then you're going to have some kind of spring crawl or red crawl.
But maybe we're up in smallmouth country.
Oh, I was talking, okay, perch.
I'm just saying.
Perch. Now, do you ever throw a trap when it's muddy?
Yes.
What's your muddy water color, man? Don't sleep on a fire tiger now. Don't sleep on fire tiger, bro. Black for the mud. You've never thrown that thing, man. Fire tiger. Chili crawl. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look, man. Yeah. I got a couple more that I want to show. Like, these are just like baits that just don't get thrown anymore because they're out of production. But here's one for everybody. Who remembers? And if you fished around here, you definitely remember this one. What's that one, Travis?
Don't put me on a spot like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, everybody out there in Watcher Land. Here's a clue. This is a sweet bait. It's a sweet bait. What kind of bait fish is this? I know you know that. Shad. Say it. So it's a sweet shad. It's the sugar shad by Lure Jensen. So this is a little bit of a lazy wobbling. I call it one of my subtle ones. So like I've given you one bait. If you're in a school of people, not a school of fish, a school of people, Lucky Craft LVR 200 with that little cymbal sound, sugar shad, lazier kind of vibration, okay, and a duller sound. It's not as high pitched. All right, there you go. Right, and then what else did I want to show you guys? And here's a sleeper color for you. If you can find them, get a few for yourself. It's underrated. Copper. Why the copper?
Flash?
Yeah, different flash. Muted, man. It's just something they just don't see. Everybody. So throw a couple different tricks in your bag, man, is all I'm saying when you're trap fishing. And then in the spring and fall, do not leave home, especially in the fall. That little bait right there, that 3/8 ounce Yozuri, man, that will get you some bites that no other bait will. Bass Pro Shops makes one. It's a little one. If you fish at Conowingo, don't tell your buddies, but get the olive back one from Bass Pro Shops. You will wreck the smallmouth. Oh my gosh, they won't leave it alone.
Love it.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Dude, I'm excited. I want to get out there and throw some lipless around there, dude.
I want to trap.
So, what do you guys call, whenever I make a video, I find myself calling them rattle traps.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? And I feel like stupid because a rattle trap, it's like saying, you know, a name brand.
Well, it's like a lipless. It's a lipless, but I mean, honestly, it's like Kleenex.
Right.
No, it's like a tissue. Give me a Kleenex because it's the iconic brand.
Sure.
I mean, you got to give it to Bill Lewis, man. I mean, Bill Lewis, and I don't know, man. I mean, the more beat up a rattle trap can get, I mean, that's got a bone nose. I repainted the back of this thing. I repainted the belly. But sometimes, man, when it gets like down to half bone, it can really score big for you, man.
Yes.
You know, don't sweat it, man. And some of the older traps that you can find online, I always wonder, this is the real question I've got. Do the vintage traps, are they better? Was the plastic better? Did it give off a different sound, man? I don't know, man.
There's an old red eye there, Broheem.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Yeah. A little beat up shad coming through the water, man. Just a little bit of flash. But think about it. Think about your Mega Bass Vision 110s, right? You know, you got some of those that have half chrome. They're see-through for clearer water, really tricky situations. Now, this bait's moving really fast. But, you know, when you're slashing that jerk bait, and maybe that's why that floating trap can work good, right? You know, you're ripping it, and then it's stopping or slowly sinking. And it's sitting there. And then you're popping it. You know, maybe you're pumping it. Let's talk about the retrieves. We only talked about a couple of retrieves. Of course, there's the steady retrieve. You're ripping it. You're popping it through grass, right? But I've found some success dragging the bait.
Oh, yes.
So that's like a worming retrieve. So when I'm early spring and the fish are super inactive, and I'll go back to that TN50. I've been on rocky banks on the tidal rivers where those fish were super inactive. And I'm not reeling the trap with my reel. I am pulling the trap with my rod, and this thing is popping over rocks.
Worming a trap.
I'm worming a trap.
Let's call it what it is.
That's right, because I worm a crankbait early spring and do that a lot with a flat A. You don't always have to burn a bait to get a bite, and especially like cold front. How many times have we practiced for a tournament? The fish are super active, and then they get shut down by a spring cold front. I fished in so many spring tournaments where it's like 60, 55, beautiful, the fish are active, and then boom, here it comes. Day one, and you're sucking wind. Yeah. So it's always about depth and speed and cadence, right? So that worming retrieve is something that I don't think a lot of people do with a trap. We've talked about the yo-yo, great technique, right? In fact, I was out with my buddy Bob Cherry on the Potomac. This was hysterical. And I don't even remember if it was a cold front or not. But I was throwing a Bass Pro Shops, not the little 3/8 ounce one I was talking about. They do have I think they've got a half. And I was thrown in a color that reminded me of white perch. So in the spring, in our tidal rivers, you get a white perch migration. So to the effect that you can mimic a white perch in a color scheme, you can really score big because they're looking to eat those white perch, those pre-spawn females. So we weren't getting bites on traps, and we had found we're in a cove, pre-spawn. We know where to look. We found the good grass, and they were ignoring a regular steady retrieve, popping it out of the grass top, but keeping the bait moving. I started yo-yoing that bait, but really pausing it. And literally, I think I had 25 pounds before he even caught a fish. He's like, "What are you doing, dude?" And I was yo-yoing the trap. That was the only way they would bite the trap. So when you're first out there and you're trapping, experiment. War pig?
Sean wants to know about the war pig. I almost brought these out the other day.
Is it any good?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It looks cool.
I'm suspect, man, but you got to let me know.
I almost tied one on, dude.
I don't know, man.
How about this one?
Yeah, I mean, somebody, like, I'm going to read. Hold on.
Live target. Yeah, you got to catch up on these comments, Eric.
Oh, yeah. That's a good bait. Live target's a pretty good bait, and I think that's a great ripping bait for bass and grass. All right, so somebody said, what do you, muddy water, trap, Senko, chatterbait, one blade, door, stern, six bait follows are first silent, lipless, not made from wood. True. Yeah, Wild Bill says vintage is better, man. Oh, yeah, the Rapala OG. This is the Rapala OG that I painted in black. Remember the old Rapala?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not your little ripping bait.
Oh, I know.
They all catch them. I mean, the bottom line is all these lipless baits catch them. And, yeah, they do have different attitudes. Like, if I'm worming, the TN, for sure. If I'm ripping through grass, there's a lot of choices there, so I'm not going to single it out. If I'm looking for a hard thumping, and you can worm this one too, man, but this is only a tournament bait because they are so hard to find, the Pogo Shad. You can yo-yo this bait, like I was saying. You can standard rip it. You can standard steady retrieve it. You can worm it. This bait just gets fucking bit.
Tony, we talked about the...
I said a bad word. Oh, here's that Bass Pro Shop's bigger one. This is a good bait, man. If you could find them on sale, you can see that bait's bit up. I probably lost my biggest upper bay bass in pre-spring, maybe in a place where Travis was just fishing, in some nice milfoil, and it was not this color, by the way. But it was a red crawl boil. They make a color called crawl boil.
So Tony wants...
Yeah, the fish came up and it was sideways in his mouth. What does that mean?
He was hungry.
Yeah, he wanted to eat it, but it went sideways in his mouth. And he jumped up. I saw the full fish, and his head was pointed towards me, kind of bent the back of his body. He's probably 8 and just like spit the bait. In a tournament, I was a wreck.
So I'm not sure where I read it, but the Spro lipless stands up when it falls, and because of that,
the Uruku Shad.
I tried, and it worked. Yes, I tried it bed fishing for smallmouth, and I did catch some smallies doing that on a bed with
a trap in a bed. Hey, who remembers the one? And I don't have an example like out and available, but I have a couple. There was a line through Bill Lewis rattle trap. Does anybody remember that? Mm-mm. It came with a split ring. There was a hole through the middle of the bait. And then, the split ring was down here with the hook, and basically it would detach, so the trap would slide up the line, and you were just left with a hook reeling in the fish. So he couldn't use the weight of the bait to throw the lure. And it was a one-hook bottle, and it actually had a blade on the back, Travis.
Sure.
See if you could find one of those on eBay, man, and put that one in the game. Okay, here's one that when I was a kid, all right, now can people identify this bait? I'm not asking Travis because I'll keep stumping him. But this is going to stump a lot of people. Okay, so this is not made out of plastic. It is silent. So I had bought one of these at my local tackle store when I was a paper boy. It floats. It does not sink. All right, and you can weight it to suspend, but it dives. So let me see. I'm going to look.
Why don't we? You got the full screen for this one, bro.
You see any comments coming in, man?
They have no clue.
Nobody has a clue?
William Daniel says he's got a handful of those.
All right. What is it? I got nothing, man. I got nothing. Dan's right, and so is I got nothing. It's a Bagley's. So some people call this the pinfish or the shiner. The shiner. And I threw this at my lake in the community where I live after I did my paper route. I had my Bass Boss tackle box, one rod, and I walked down and I threw this, and I crushed them. Not in this color, by the way. It was like a white one. But this is just super subtle, man. It's got a subtle shimmy. I wonder if I would take this out on the Upper Bay or Potomac. I'd be afraid because I only got a few left, but why not? And see, would it get attention? Yeah.
I don't understand why you don't.
Neither do I. Do you realize the number of ideas sitting in this room?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ideas. I wish I lived on a lake. If I could teleport myself right now and just live on a lake and just go down and experiment, man, we could make some good videos. So many baits, so little time.
That is. So
But at least I can show them and talk about them on Smallmouth Crush. Thanks, Travis, for having me on again.
You're welcome. So I found a vintage video from maybe a year, about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to give you
got more to show.
I'm going to give you one more Japanese bait. This is a good tip for everybody. Okay, so look, I know people were wigging out when they stopped making the Excalibur 1 knocker. It's a loud bait. I'm going to hear the loud bait, tungsten knocker. So this is a Daiwa TD Vibration. Okay, Team Daiwa. How many people like Team Daiwa? They had some really good lures. Yes. There's a couple super shallow crankbaits that I love in the Team Daiwa lineup. I'll be showing you those on Friday night. But this is a Team Daiwa. But what you want to look for, if you can find them, all right, it's the woofer. Woofer. Can you read that, Travis? Woofer?
I got it.
Man, it is a deep rattle sound. And I love the bait. It's got a great attitude. It catches them. TD Woofer. If you're looking for a different vibration, different sound, Team Daiwa Woofer. And this one's got my attention. Okay, I'm embarrassed to say how much I paid for the bait. I threw this with Jack down in the Bass Nation National Championship. It put 2 4-pounders in the boat, one each day. There must have been 25 boats in the area that we were fishing.
We didn't even talk about them.
It's the Raid Level Vibe. Now, look, the Level Vibe, if I could read Japanese, guys, I've like plumbed the depths of JDM tackle. If I could read Japanese or understand Japanese, I love when they like translate the subtitles. And you could translate some of the pages, by the way. But the concept of the bait is that it remains level on the retrieve. All their level vibe baits are level, because they have crankbaits like this too, by the way. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I was yo-yoing the bait, and I'm guessing it was falling level. It wasn't tipping or falling over because of the way they're bound. So great ripping bait. That's all I got for you. $23, is it worth it? I don't know, man. But it put 2 good fish in the boat when my red-eye shad wasn't producing.
I've used them on the St. Lawrence River with very good success, yes.
It's a 1 knocker, by the way. 1 knocker. So what did you see about the bait that was different on other rattle traps that you liked?
Well, the reason why I used it, well, first of all, they were like $25 a piece, right?
Dude, I paid $23. I'm like embarrassed to tell you. I mean, that's just stupid. That's just stupid.
I yo-yoed
Why do we do that? Why do we do that?
I yo-yoed it.
Right. St. Crest likes the big. Okay. There it is. Best yo-yo trap. Raid Level Vibe. Dan Hancock. Man, Dan's the man. He knows what's up. And St. Crest knows it too. 6 cents. I knew it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a quick video. I'm not sure how long it is, but I have it queued up here. This is just a...
David Goddard.
E to the G. You got me, Holmes.
No, I'm just laughing with David Goddard. He says he thinks epic earache experiments might not be okay for YouTube.
All right, you keep the comments coming. As we're going through this, I will keep the mics on. You'll see. It's just a little lipless video I made years ago.
Into the scene. Is this when you had the spiky hair?
Hopefully you guys can hear it. Eric, you got me?
I can't hear it because remember I turned my sound down. It's not playing for me yet.
Ooh. This was an old school video, dude. And I was throwing the what is wrong with this? The Excalibur, the 75.
Nice.
We'll catch up on some of these comments here as we go along.
One nice thing about a LipLess crankbait is you can cover a lot of water. They cast a very long ways.
Look at that hair.
And you can certainly catch some really nice smallmouth.
Vintage crush.
Dude, that's 2 years ago. Come on.
That's awesome, dude.
They'll link up with this one at the end of this video.
Look at those legs.
It's mostly in studio. So I wanted to take some time out today and just kind of show you.
I can't turn it up anymore, guys.
Fish a LipLess and see if we can put some decent smallmouth in the boat. The hits are like pull the rod out of your hand.
Where you at there, bro?
This is up on the St. Lawrence River.
Oh, up there.
In the red, reddish orange.
Red. You're such a junior achiever, man. Oh my God, your voice is like a kid.
Dude, this is one of the first videos I've ever made.
There's one. Some good rock down there.
Is that Chad Pipkins?
Some bigger,
Look at that cast. That's why those guides fly off. You put the English on it, man.
Of course, he's not huge, but, you know.
Oh my God, Slime King, Jacko Mass vibe. We forgot about that one. What the heck? That's a whole nother category, dude. Oh, shoot. Dang, hold on.
I've just been steady retrieving.
You gotta go get those.
Sometimes they'll hit right next to the boat, too. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the best retrieve or not, because I haven't really experimented yet.
He's got him. Look at that, catching him. Oh, what speed reel? Dude, we got to talk about that.
That was a 7-1. But yes, we should talk about that.
Yeah, totally, man.
Although the water temp is at the magic number right now.
Am I going to catch a fish?
And that one hit right there.
Little guys. The aquarium.
Yeah, right?
So I guess they just want that medium retrieve.
I did notice that the fish are biting the front hook right now.
What is that annoying wood sound that we talked about last week?
Well, in order for them to hear you, I think I have to have my...
No problem.
Okay.
You'll figure it out one day.
So some guys are chiming in a 6-4 ratio for colder water. I like to have, and I tried this year. This is a good... Eric, I know you may not agree with me, but...
What?
When I bought my Shimano bait casters this year...
Yeah, they're the new versions, dudes. I don't have any of those ones you bought, and that really surprised me. You shocked me because I've never had problems with Shimano products.
No, I'm not saying I had problems. I'm saying...
Oh,
I mean, I had some issues, but I bought 8-to-5 gear ratios.
Okay.
And I also bought a handful of 6-to-2s this year for my crankbaits.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I'd rather have an 8-to-5 for those crankbait rods
I'm throwing this on
and just slow my retrieve manually.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Well, I want them all to be 8 to 5, and then I just slow it down when need be.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I catch way more fish. You know, that's probably why I have a lot of rods, right? So I mean, look, you can underspool a 6.2 to like get it down to like a 5 whatever, or you can, you know, keep it really highly spooled. But if I want to burn a crankbait, unless you're really like gotta like
We're still about 6 to 8 feet of water. Perfect depth. It's just a flat out here. I'm just searching for a big bite. We're getting the little bucks. Can't quite figure out how to get a big one here. We keep chucking that, we will. We will run into a big one.
To us.
I didn't change the thing.
I don't know. Did you
I
hit
can't.
something?
Nope. I'm on closed captioning on the video.
All right. I had to cut the video. We're getting some comments that says we're cut off.
We're just having a conversation between us.
It happens. In the comments, guys, let us know. Are we back? Why is there issues all the time?
I don't know, man.
I thought we had it rocking.
Yeah, man.
No, it says no. Give it 20 seconds since we're behind.
I got nothing. What? No Pogo Shad giveaway? Lisa B is in the house. What's up? Can you guys hear us now? Okay, we're good. We're back.
Everyone? Okay.
Nice.
All right. Sorry about that.
Sorry,
not sorry. Anyway, so big week ahead. As you guys may or may not know, we are going live every night, 8:30 Eastern Time is our new time. It was 7:30, now it's 8:30.
Yeah, Dan Hancock said we fell off talking about slowing down with the 8 to 1. So, I mean, you guys have all heard this. You can overfill your spool to pick up more line per crank, or you can underfill it if you've got a fast reel to slow down. I don't love underfilling my spool because at the end of the day, if I'm changing baits or if I get, you know, like a snarl, I'm stuck and then I got to respool. So I'd rather just have a reel where I can have it moderately filled or, you know, filled to the brim and fish it. So for me, cranking in and out every day, I did have 5 to 1s and I took some faster Shimano's and had the speeds changed. I upped some. I had like a 3 something to something. And a Shimano, the old green tank Curados that you just couldn't break. And my buddy Steve Chaconis, you know, upped them to like a 5 to 1. You know, if you talk to some of like the master crankbait guys, they want to reel steady like this. They want to wind it like they're really fishing and not have to do this because if you've got a rhythm in fishing, let's just say we always kept our retrieve speed the same. And I had a 5-1 to 1, a 6-2 to 1, a 7 to 1, an 8-5 to 1. That's only 4 reels, right? You know, I mean, I don't know, man. There's 2 schools of thought. There's no way you could stick an 8-5 in my hand and me be as an effective cranker because I've been fishing with a 6-2 or a 6-3 to 1, you know, my entire life in the spring and slowing down with it and catching fish. And sometimes that reel's too fast and I'm not slowing down enough. I don't know, man. I'm a cranker, dude. I mean, I'm a crank nut. So that's just me. Fish what you want.
I got you.
It's whatever works for you. These are just 2 different schools of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Clunn was a guy that was like, he didn't want to have different brands of rods and reels, not a bunch of different reels on the boat. He wanted to have everything the same and different gear ratios. So, when legends like that talk, I listen. Just saying.
A couple guys are saying 5-to-1s, things like that. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I have to throw a 5-to-4 or something like that when I'm deep cranking, when I'm fishing, a DT10 or a Series 5 or a Series 6. Otherwise, I'll wear myself out. You're right, Eric. Did the cat sneak in?
My wife's coming in. Love you, babe. Yeah, I just had to say goodnight.
All right.
Shimano. Yeah, Seth Fighter also went to high-speed reels. Yeah, man, there's a lot of people migrating to that. And if it works for them, man, God bless them. I got you. Because there are some times where I got that slow reel, and I'm trying to pick up line because that fish is charging me, and I don't catch up, and I lose a fish or two. Mm-hmm. But I also maintain that on that strike, if you get too excited, you're pulling that bait away from the fish. That's just my school of thought. You can correct that with the rod, right? And loading. So it's a big science, man. But again, whatever works for you, do your thing.
Now, I don't know if Rick Clunn still believes in that.
I don't have a clue what he fishes right now, dude. I might be telling you something from 25 years ago that I read in Masters Magazine.
Mm-hmm. No, I know he...
People change. You change. You got all 8.5s.
Yeah.
You follow Seth Fighter. I get it. Hey, man. I can't argue with the pros. I'm just a Joe. But it's what works for me.
That's right.
Plus, I'd have to get rid of all my shit and buy 8.5s. Fuck that.
I hear you.
Sorry, man.
Hey, that's fine.
Sorry.
Good show.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to know? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this thing up. Should we tell them the good news?
What?
There's no more after hours?
That you and I agreed. Travis, this is an announcement that I want people to understand. So I wrapped my show up early last week because, look, man, there's a lot of information out there, and I'm here on Smallmouth Crush as Travis's guest, and I love doing the show. I love fishing with Travis. I love our conversations off the water, and all topics are open generally. But there's so much stuff out there that's fed to you on the news about what's going on, and it's got a lot of people bummed out, and you can get all sorts of sources of information. I just want to come on and talk about fishing. That's the vibe and the energy I want to put out there, and that's what I want to receive back. That's what fills me up and makes me happy. So, Travis and I have an agreement that we're going to keep it to fishing for the next 7 days, right?
Yes.
And if Travis's prediction, which you all heard
a
couple nights ago, comes true, right? Then you get to talk about it. I might not be on the show, but you can keep rolling. Right? You made a prediction. And I think people that were on will know what that prediction was.
So they're saying that every show does need an after hour. I think we will still have an after hour, but we won't talk about politics and current topics. Fair?
And politics, conspiracy theories, and other current topics.
Unless you wrangle me there.
I will not wrangle you. I will not rattle your cage, I promise. I know I've started it a couple times, but I won't wrangle your cage. I promise you. Okay. And all other topics could be open for sure, man. We could keep just yapping about fishing. We could yap about other things. I mean, we could yap about investing. We could yap about, but then it might, see if you.
It'll just.
They butt up against those things that are on your mind, man.
Right. Yes. So maybe we don't do an after hours.
It's possible. Well, I mean, maybe we turn to the fans and say, okay, look, we're not talking about conspiracy theories. Here's something. There was some great advice somebody gave me one time. If you want to have a great dinner with family and friends, don't talk about politics or religion. And I found that to be true. And I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed some of those conversations, but always somebody's going to get fired up, their feelings hurt, offended. I've seen friends not talk to each other anymore. Lifelong friendships break up over the current situation. And frankly, that breaks my heart. It's hard enough right now with what's going on, right? So I'm here for the fishing. I'm here for the chat. I'm all in on that stuff, but I'm just not down with the other stuff, man.
While Bill wants to do industry stuff. No, that's worse. That's
you mean the
worse.
Fishing industry?
That's worse than what I want to talk about.
Fishing industry?
Like
now that I don't know anything about it.
The behind the scenes stuff.
You would be telling me, you would be educating me. I'd be asking questions, but I don't have any insight. Do you? I mean, I'm curious. Like, who's going to make it out of this, situation in the tackle industry, man? Right?
Yeah.
I just want you guys to look at this trap for a second before we get up to. Can you see the teeth marks on that trap?
I can.
I can't believe it's not my box, man.
Oh God!
Can I tell you another story about the Potomac?
Listen,
and this rattle
yes.
Trap? Wait. I want to
hold on. Talk about the rail trap, but I'm going to put some comments up as you're talking. Know that I would like to discuss those right now with you. Keep going, Eric.
Okay, so here's the thing you can do with Travis. You can give out your number, and you can have people call you all day and have one-on-one conversations. And I'll just throw this out there.
Talk about your rail trap.
Because Travis is very well versed in all things that people want to talk about because he spends a lot of time researching. I got to give it to you. You have spent time, valuable time, and I maintain that I would love to see Travis spend more time producing content because I think he's got a great thing going. You really do. You got a great channel for fishing, man. Keep it to fishing. So I was on the Potomac, and I'll tell people where I was. So I'm in Piscataway Creek on the Potomac throwing this rattle trap. You can see it's lost a lot of the chrome on the nose. It lost all the chrome on the belly. And I was using just regular 2D electronics. And as I was headed to one of the coves over there are two primary coves where I catch a lot of bass. What I noticed was there was irregular features in the bottom. My graph was kind of going like this. There were ditches. And so literally I saw a fish in a ditch. And I literally just went over this fish in 5 foot of water, and I flipped my trap back and started yo-yoing it. I caught a 4. I did that probably 6 times in various ditches before I even got into the spawning coves. Isn't that crazy that those fish, I went over those fish with my boat. Now, I don't know if they were right under the boat. They looked like they were under the boat. They could have been slightly to the side of the boat, so they either came and got the trap. Isn't that crazy?
Looks like a northern pike hit that pretty good.
No, dude, there's no northern pike on the Potomac. I keep dropping it. But anyway, man, I can't believe this isn't in my box, man. Why do we always try to forget the old vintage lures and go to the new stuff?
I don't know.
Is that because we just get sucked in, man?
Yes. Because
it's true, man.
If you look at, I'm no one to talk. Look at behind you, right?
Right.
You have behind you. There's some pigs up there. 6 packages back is a bait you'll never use.
True, I'm going to sell them. So, hey, how many people want to see me open up an eBay store and start to sell off? I got inventory, and I've decided I'm going to open up an eBay store and just start selling some of the vintage killer because I got depth in inventory. And so sound off if you guys are interested because I think that's what I'm going to do, man. I need to simplify and I need to downsize. I can't fish all these baits in my lifetime, dude. What's it worth if I'm not sharing it? Dude, I remember the days when Port Tobacco was the haven. Jamie Newton. Cornell texted me. Let's see what he said.
He wants in.
Let's go, Cornell, man.
Tell him to call in. We'll talk to him.
Cornell.
If you're listening.
I'm going to just say, Cornell, call in. All right, let me tell him to call in. Like Skype in?
Yeah, Skype.
Okay, he says Skype in, Cornell, if you're still listening, man.
Yeah,
Skype in.
So here's some big news, guys. Aaron Martins, hopefully everything works out. I don't know any details, but yeah, it's pretty sad what's going on right now.
David Goddard said, if Epic Eric opens an eBay store, I'll never make another tuition payment.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, sell. I got you, Matthew. Yeah, okay, cool, man. I do. Brian B. You got 80s. Brian B. could open up a plastic store, no doubt.
I think I should get first dibs.
You do?
I do.
Why? I just met you 3 years ago. Oh, but I am on your show. All right, I'll give you the VIP tour first, man. But you got to pay retail, bro. I mean, maybe I'll give you a discount.
All right.
Hey, but when am I going to start to make some money off this effort?
What, huh? What? As soon as I start making some money.
That's true. Fair enough. You take me fishing. I'll hook you up. What you want, man? If you could take a pick, you've been here before. What would the first thing that you would say, you know what, I got to have a couple of those?
I am interested in some of the older crankbaits, even some of these liplesses that you were talking about. What's that little Texan thing?
The little Tex.
Yeah.
Storm.
Dude. Paint that sucker up in red craw.
You don't need any. This color right here, blue chrome, bro. That's it. I mean, I could paint the bone one up in red craw. I got some bone ones for you. I could paint a red craw. You like this red craw color? I mean, that's fire craw, bro. I did that. I took a red Yozuri, and all I did was add some black and hot orange to it, man. And that joker, they ate it.
Yeah.
First, Scooter Lily was like, what is that color? And I'm like, dude, it's my fire craw. Yeah, okay, so some of the lipless, what else, man? Darlene says, the other room. We haven't even got the other room yet.
7 Days Alive, you're going to show the private room. You know what? Saturday, Eric.
I can't do it because I can't get there. I'd have to do it with I'd have to go Instagram Live. I could do that.
Yeah.
Like while we're filming.
How about this?
I would leave the desk.
No, dude,
you don't understand what's back here, just in these boxes.
Eric, I know. Saturday.
It's like, here's the big balsa box. I mean, I don't know. You guys don't know about that. You don't know nothing about that one. Don't even think you do.
Eric, how about this? So Friday.
Look, I'm just going to say, the Zoom E3, and you don't have to pay a ton of these, right now. Well, you will after I talk about it. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. See, that's the problem.
What?
I talked about that Japanese chatterbait, and now the prices went up on eBay, man. I'm pissed.
Every time we talk about a bait, either Tackle Warehouse sells out or...
Well, I don't think it's that bad, but I mean, look, on some of these baits, there's not a lot of them.
When I did that jerkbait video about that, whatever
One by one? One by one.
Yes. Tackle Warehouse the next day, gone.
Well...
And guess what?
But how come you're not linked up with them? Why don't you have an affiliate program, dude?
I work with the Real Shot, and sometimes they don't have everything in that I use.
Well, I have a tip for you.
What?
Don't release the video until they have the stock.
Well, I try, but I got to make content every week.
Okay, time out, man. You and I both know what's sitting in your shop. You can make a video every week about Tackle Tip Tuesday. What happened to that? You got Tackle Tips Tuesdays for a year. And this is the last time I'm going to say it.
What?
You know how to make more time in your schedule.
Okay. So...
Is that true or not?
Yes, I have 6 videos ready to upload right now, but I'm trying to space everything out.
I mean, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think going live will help people because, I got 10 years of content sitting in my house. Mm-hmm. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. But just make sure the Real Shot has stuff in stock that you're going to talk about.
We're working on that, yes.
Okay, that's great, man, because I know he's got a great store, so it's going to be awesome.
Yes. So what else? So this Friday night, we're going to be talking about your crankbaits, but we're probably going to... This is Eric's. Friday night's Eric's show, okay?
But I think you and I will talk about crankbaits because, look, you got some crankbaits in your lineup that have really worked for you. So you're going to have to pull out a few of your gems too, my man.
I will do that.
Look, man, the whole DT series is like, okay, so let's just set that up for Friday night. If you could only fish one brand of crankbait for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You already know that answer.
It would be a DT series, right? So you could do a whole show on DTs. Right? There's just no way that I'm going to dive into all the crankbaits I own. I'm going to try to talk about some that I really like, some that have been special to me, right? Some, there's so many categories of crankbaits, man. There's big baits. There's finesse crankbaits, right?
Yes.
You got a little finesse crankbait you like, right? I got a few finesse crankbaits that I like, right? There's super shallow crankbaits, right?
Yes.
There's
a
bait.
lot. There's a lot.
Oh my
but
god!
What really got me going, and I think a lot of the
square
viewers, Eric, Eric, our cameras for this live are we have a cord, right? So we can't take a tour of your massive underground tackle selection.
Yeah.
But how about this? Friday night, we're going to do our live show, and if you guys subscribe to us on our Instagram, you'll be able to follow Eric around as Eric and I go live on our Instagram right after for the After Hours Secret Room special. Fair?
Yeah, but there's so much more than crankbaits in there, man.
Well, I don't think they care. They just want to see all the goodies, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. But should we do it all at once, man? You should space that out, bro.
Let us know in the comments. You guys like that idea?
Yeah, so Dan Handcuff's got a good thought. You know, break it up 0 to 5 foot, 5 to 10, like that.
I like
right?
that. Yep.
Yeah. No walleye diver talk, please. Yeah, I can download Skype on my phone. That's true, Sean. Look, Sean's the tech man. You're right. I could do that.
You make a show about Skype on your phone.
Yeah. I mean, Rusty, bro, look at the ideas rolling.
Oh, Eric!
A show about old wooden cranks. Okay,
Eric.
All right. Yo.
Sean's like, why are we so stupid? You can, yes. You're gonna be on my half screen just like you are now. Yeah. But on your phone.
Yeah. I got it.
Thank you.
Brian B's got a good idea. Break it up by the season. So, all right. We've got a tentative schedule, right, of what we're going to talk about, and you've kind of shown a few and talked about a few. I'm curious to hear from the viewers for the next 7 days. What do they want to hear about? Like additional topics. So if this 7 days of live is successful, what are people going to want to hear about? I mean, not that we'd go live every day for like the rest of the year, but what would people want to hear about? Because, I make a lot of baits. I customize a lot of baits. There's a whole line of fur and feather stuff. I want to unveil this drop shot thing that I've been thinking about and made up for Travis that he hasn't taken up north, but I'm dying to give him because I'm going to throw it as well. If we're drop shotting up north, and you got to give me some color selection. So I've started out with black and white. I got to find them. If not, I'll whip another one up. No big deal. You're going to love the hook that I put it on, by the way.
Okay.
Because this hook is in play. I used it for fly fishing for tarpon. And it's small. It's small. Tarpon, permit, and bonefish down in Florida. I tied my own flies. I almost had to flat slam doing it. And I made my own flies for all those 3 bites. I hooked up a tarpon and landed them. I hooked up a bonefish, did not land them. Broke my line several times. And then I hooked a permit and got him close, but didn't touch the leader. So it was not a legal catch. But I had a chance for a flat slam on flies that I tied with this hook. It's a Gamakatsu hook, by the way. You're going to love it. It comes in different sizes, to be fair. So I'm not going to tie you one on a tarpon, but it's the same model hook, but just in different sizes. And you know what they're using it for?
What?
Freaking Nico rig, man. It's the Gamakatsu BS Stinger. It's a bad mammoth. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, and this is Sean Lai. I want to see all of Epic Eric's fur and leather in his secret room. Take me there. That's awesome, man.
Hey, guess what I'm doing tomorrow, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I got nothing. Bluegill baits and crappie baits. Go ahead. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going fishing.
Stop the presses.
I know.
Well, what are you trying to catch and eat since you'll be in Maryland waters?
Largemouth bass.
No, you can't keep them, bro.
Yeah, you have to eat one.
No, you can't not keep largemouth bass. It's
Saturday night. We're doing a cook and clean episode.
It's closed season for largemouth. Don't do that. Catch a frickin' snakehead.
I've been looking for snakeheads. I haven't found one. If I do,
Brian Briesmeister's got a good idea, man. There could be a whole buzzbait show.
Oh, I know,
dude. And I got a little nasty.
That's not on the schedule. How about?
I got a little trick for trailer hooks on buzzbaits that probably 90% of viewers haven't seen. I'll be giving that up.
After 7 days.
Live painting lessons.
Eric, yep. You know we're going to have to go Wednesday as well.
50 Shades of Eric.
8 days of live. How about that? With the 8th day being the buzzbait special.
Yes. Oh man, I got.
What do you know about buzz bait with a little floater on the top?
Yeah, dude, that's come on, man. You know that, man. Like I haven't thrown that, dude. Isn't that the accent one, dude, that everybody's thrown? If you lived around grass, you've thrown that bait.
Perhaps.
Oh, dude. That's been in place since I don't even know when on the Potomac in Upper Bay. I don't think you can find a trick that on a buzz bait in that category. I'll challenge you. And don't be buying nothing. You got to be honest.
I got plenty of buzz baits here.
But you got to bring out a tricky one. So
I will.
Why don't you tell people?
I want to bring out.
Whoa. Tell people about. Play this clip.
I don't have it right now. I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. You know which one I'm talking about. Your biggest check in FLW history. What was part of that? The Bass Alarm buzz bait that I tuned up and gave you, bro.
True that.
And you looked at it and you're like, why are you giving me a buzz bait with a rusty rivet? And I go,
hey, let's save that for next week, Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, true. Old school. Jamie Newton. He's like, let's do an old school flea market style with a cookout. That'd be cool, man. Like on Skype, I could probably do an auction, barbecue, like you'll be grilling.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'd have a grill going, and I'd have a selection of baits that I want to auction off.
Do you grill? Do you cook? Because every time I talk to you, you're ordering takeout.
No, I cook.
What do you cook?
Margaret had some
What do you cook?
Oh, my gosh. Like my sweet basil sauce is awesome.
Do you cook on the grill?
When I grill, grill steaks, grill burgers and stuff. I'm not a big griller.
You know what I am? I'm a cast iron elk, deer, and bison cooker like you wouldn't believe.
Dude, you told me about your bison steak with the garlic butter, man, and I told you about that field skillet, the new cast iron, or get your parents, make sure they hand that down to you.
Yeah.
Because, you can't beat old cast iron. They don't make it like they used to, bro.
So Sean wants Jim to come back as an auctioneer. We got an auctioneer. First of all, who won that? The first auction was the special chatterbait. Eric sent it in the mail.
Yep.
10 days later, of course. If it was me, it would have been out the next day.
I know. I'm sorry.
Our other buddy that won the Gajos, he got that already. That was fun. A lot of guys like that. I don't have a lot of stuff to auction off, so we can't really do that often. But
what do you mean? I could tie up like 3 swim jigs that are custom for people, man, and like, that would be fun, right? I mean,
right.
Who knew that they were making Kitech skirt colors, man? Did anybody know that? Look, I got an IU. Tell me you don't like to throw IU. Is that one of your colors that you like? IU, right?
Yeah.
Check this out, man. IU.
Raise it up a little.
All right, IU.
See,
there's your IU, man.
That's where you and I differ. Earlier in the show, you made a beautiful swim jig.
Because it was this color.
And
this one it's called.
You thought I'd be all excited about it.
This is smallmouth magic.
No, smallmouth magic is chartreuse and white.
Dude, no problem, man.
Okay.
Let me know what you want. That's the whole magic of the room. I could customize whatever you want.
Boar ribs and boar bacon. Pig gets a bad rap. The research on pigs and wild boar is, I haven't dug into it, but I would kill for someone that knows how to cook some boar. Eric, you feel me? I'm getting hungry now.
Dude, that would be awesome. I would like to try that. That'd be cool.
I'm just reading through the comments here. Boar ribs and boar bacon.
Dang.
As you can see, Eric doesn't want to talk about conspiracy theories or cooking, I guess. Tidal water fishing in the summer. Talk about tides. Ooh. That'd be another great topic.
Oh, my God. For sure, man. Tide and time, dude. That's a great topic. Because I know tidal water confuses a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, reskirting. I could do that. I got nothing for sure, man. Pork fat. Yeah, Sean, pork fat is delicious. I agree. Yeah, chartreuse and white. Can't beat it.
Sean says I need to talk to some Chinese people. They know how to cook pork. So I got a bunch of Hmong buddies back in Wisconsin, and they know how to cook some food. Now, it's probably not the healthiest. That's one thing I love going back home is the Hmong food, dude. If you know anything about that, Eric.
I don't.
Oh man.
What is it?
It's a lot of noodles and pork and stuff. You know, in a little bowl and soupy.
Right.
It's good.
Right.
It's good. Egg rolls.
Oh.
Damn.
Sean, I brought up a good thing, man. Tackle organization. That's another great topic.
Well,
I found some good stuff recently, and I'd love to be able, if I get, when I download Skype on my phone, I can show the back of my truck and how I got this.
Well, I actually want to make a real YouTube video.
Okay.
Out of that one, for sure.
Fair enough.
If you guys look back, probably 2-3 years ago on my YouTube channel, we did a really nice video, I thought.
Yep.
Of how Eric organized the back of his SUV, but he stepped it up this year.
I did.
So I wouldn't even,
Yeah. It's a whole nother world, man.
David,
I really feel good about this system. I really, really do.
David, we could have Brody on, but it would be a night where it would just be Brody and I, because I don't think Eric would be able to deal with that.
Absolutely not. Count me out. I'm out.
Oh, shoot. Well, we keep going, man.
Yeah. What else you want to talk about, Brojas?
I don't know.
Oh.
Guess it wouldn't be right if I didn't bring out the wine tonight.
Definitely not, man. So, who knows this spinnerbait? I'm going to hold it up because I want you to see it by the jackhammer. Made by Evergreen. Recognize the skirt and the blades?
Yes.
Yeah. So don't just think fire crawl jackhammers work. Fire crawl spinnerbaits. Notice the line tie on that? I've scored big slow rolling this in the spring. So when everybody else is throwing that jackhammer, and by the way, you can still buy these on eBay, you need to look for the Evergreen D Zone. D as in dog zone. What's cool about this bait? I mean, it's a super thin wire, so you get a lot of vibration. I love how they've got the blade painted gold with a little bit of a red accent on it. They weld the beads here, and so this blade immediately starts spinning. It's a great drop bait, too. So if I'm pulling this through grass and I drop it, both these blades will helicopter on the way down. You'll get a lot of bites doing that. So as a very silent mix-up, when you're in grass in the spring, you can slow roll this and really get some nice bites. It's got a fairly small hook. You can see that. It's stout. But it's not a big gap. So I like to put a trailer hook. I never throw this spinnerbait without a trailer hook. So I threw this on the upper bay and scored very big behind somebody throwing a chatterbait. Little tip for you guys.
Are you referring to me?
No, just a tip for everybody, man.
Okay.
This is an Evergreen bait who makes the jackhammer, because Evergreen and Z-Man, are in partnership in making the jackhammer. This was not an American-made bait in the beginning.
Somebody keeps bringing up moon dust. Do you want to talk about that?
The moon dust, man, that's like a heavily guarded secret, man. Maybe I'll do a show with how I apply moon dust, not only to my painted baits, but hold on. This is pretty cool.
How about my buddy that fishes out of the floorboards of my of his car? I would love to get Dirty Steve on.
So here's a little swim bait. This is a burrito bait. They're really, really hard to find.
Let's talk about it.
So this bait was like a mint green color, and I took my moon dust, and I don't know if that's picking up the shine on it. Can you see the shine?
Yeah.
Anyway, I put blue on the back for a blue back herring. I've got a little rose in the side, and then white pearl on the belly. And, it doesn't last all day, but this definitely lasts for a few fish, because that dust is so fine, it just kind of impregnates in the plastic. So pretty cool little tip. You can use it on soft plastics. You can use it on swim baits to really get some shine and iridescent that you can't get anywhere else. So I might give up the ghost on that.
Listen, Fisher Hurd, thoughts on the Tennessee River? Well, tomorrow night we're gonna have the man on. It'll be Epic Eric, myself, and Ryan. 8:30 Eastern.
The Alabama Bass Hammer.
We're going to talk all about the Tennessee River.
Right?
We got a couple videos yet that will be up on my YouTube channel in the next week or two of our little adventure. We got more.
We do?
We do.
What do we got?
We have the whole Jimmy Houston interaction.
Oh, yeah.
On Piero Plantation.
Right.
What else we got? What was it? Wheeler?
Oh,
Wilson.
yeah.
Wilson Smallmouth and Drum Fest.
Drum King.
2020.
I'm the Drum King. Say it.
You are the Drum King.
Thank you.
You are the Drum King. I said it.
You did, man. I was like, man, would you bring me drum fishing?
Yeah.
It took me a while to get my bearings, man. That was a really cool experience. The only thing that I can liken that to is when I went up on the Susquehanna early spring with Potomac Guide Service, Bill Kramer, and we went up above Duncannon, and it's when this upper Susquehanna had just incredible large smallmouth. I mean, 5-pounders were like regular occurrences. And we were slow rolling in super heavy current, 3/4 ounce hog collar spinnerbaits, right? And just wearing them out, man.
Yeah.
I mean, wearing them out. And then we threw little smoke purple tubes and feeder creeks, and it just getting your bearings on having that heavy lure coming through the rocks in heavy current. It's something different.
When you get a second, take a look at the comment by Justin.
Which Justin who?
Martindale. He brings up a good one.
Well, okay. I see it. Kind of off reaction, but what about split shot? Oh my God!
That's your deal, dude.
Dude, that is my deal. Travis, tell him about the story. So Travis calls me up. He goes, "Man, I got a derby on the Potomac," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna." And I go, "What are the fish doing?" He goes, "They're spawning." And I'm like, "All right, man. This is what you do if you're in a crowded cove." I'm like, split shot, either a centipede or a fish doctor and green pumpkin, and then chartreuse or orange dip a little bit at the tail. How many fish did you lose? Is the first question.
I think I made a YouTube video of that day.
You did not.
No, that was probably pre-Smallmouth Crush.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yep.
You should have won the tournament, right? You jumped off like.
Well, my buddy Matt won that day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in the cove that I told you about with all the great grass. Oh my God,
with all 30 other boats. But yeah,
but it didn't matter. That's
dude.
the whole point. It doesn't matter. If you look, you can be in a cove with 35 boats, and look, testify because your recent little experience, and I've been in the same experience. If you're fishing grass, or even smallmouth, you know this is true. You can find a spot with milfoil or coontail that is a little bit taller than the rest of the surrounding area, and you'll have a 2-boat length or a boat wide spot. It could have, freshwater mussel shells on it. It could have a sandy spot with a ring of milfoil around it, and the bass will just be chalked in there, and the winning bag will be there. I don't care if it's 100 boats. If you know where that sweet spot is, you're going to win. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. I was in Mattawoman Creek. It's no secret to people that early spring, they spawn in very specific spots there. They do it every year. And so your job is to find the better grass. So I was throwing my little Japanese chatterbait in black blue, and my buddy was throwing a Z-Man. And you literally had to slow roll that chatter, slow as you could reel it. And as soon as your line tightened up, you knew you were coming over a patch of milfoil. And then I would pop the bait and let it fall for a split second. And as soon as I'd engage it, there's a fish. So I started out catching 2 and 3 pounders, the smaller fish, right? And then I started doing concentric circles and zeroing in on the better grass because I'd get a big bite and I'd put a waypoint. I'd get another big bite and put a waypoint. By the time I looked at all my waypoints for big bites, and I'm talking 5 to 7 pounds, it literally was in a maybe a 15-yard circle. That was it. Anywhere else, it was buck bass. Right there, it was the big pre-spawn females, and they were ganged up together. That was probably my best day on the Potomac. I think I caught one close to 8. And there were boats everywhere. It didn't matter.
Yes.
You feel me, Matt? You feel me, brother?
Yeah, so another question. What exact hook do you like when you're rigging that Texas rig centipede on a split shot, say?
Yeah. So I like, you can use an EWG. I want the lightest one that I can get away with for the cover that I'm fishing. So it's either going to be a 1/0 Gamakatsu EWG or 2/0. And my split shot size is going to be, I think, like a 1.
Because if you don't...
No, it's going to be a 4. Sorry. So I like a split shot that's round. So these are water gremlin.
For some reason, I carry this little French fry
Water gremlin round split shot. And you get a little bit of line twist when you're fishing it. So you can, if you want, you can rig like, a swivel, right? And then crimp the split shot like a mini Carolina rig. So it's a fixed weight kind of deal. So that split shot's not, but it's so light it doesn't matter. And what's really cool is when you're, pre-spawn fishing and you're in grass, emerging grass, or anywhere, I would pull and I would drag it. I would slowly pull my rod. I'd hang up in some grass and I'd shake it, and then I'd pull it through, and then I could actually feel the split shot going into the bed, and then I'd leave it there. And I'm talking, it's a short leader, maybe 12 inches. So I'm not doing a really super long leader when I'm doing this technique split shotting, 12 to 18. And it's a great fall bait too, man. It's just underappreciated, and they just whack it. So the centipede's got a little bit different action than the fish doctor. A lot of people don't talk about the fish doctor. I like the fish doctor a little bit better for that application, Travis, and split shot rigging.
Yes.
Centipede's great too, but the fish doctor has a flat bottom, and it has a little bit more of a glide to it. So when I'm lifting up to pull it, that fish doctor tends to glide a little bit more, and I feel like they like that action a little bit more than the centipede. And it's a little stiffer than the centipede, so it gets a glide to it. It's such a sneaky bait.
I own a bunch of those, but I don't throw them like you. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you're catching fish, who cares? I'm just saying, both get bites. I've fished both. But, that split shot rig, I was fishing a tournament, I was fishing my Skeeter Owners Club. I was leading the points that year. I just gotten back into bass fishing after 10 years. I was in a cove on the Potomac, a very well-known spawning cove. It had the best milfoil on the river. A lot of people had found it, so it's no secret, right? There were boats all over the place from Maryland and PA. I was catching fish 5-1 out of anybody in the cove, except for my buddy who I turned onto the split shot rig.
Right.
I'm throwing a fish doctor. He's throwing a fish doctor, using the same size split shot, same hook, same line size, spinning rod. Now I would be throwing it on braid to fluoro, but I think back then I had just straight 10-pound test. And every time I'd catch one, the PA guys would get closer. But I was like really squirrely. I didn't show them my bait. I'd wait till they looked away to cast. They never figured it out, man. But those fish would only bite that. It's kind of like another Finesse plastic that people just don't throw anymore on the Potomac. Mm-hmm. And I even stopped throwing it. A freaking 4-inch ringworm.
I hate that, dude.
My God, does that get bites?
Fishing
I know
high,
you hate it, but look,
no. Fishing high pressured grass is the biggest bent pole pattern there is.
It doesn't matter, dude. This is something we can argue about, because honestly, you and I both know that the winning bags have come from bent pole patterns. I don't care if they're watching me, because I did the work to find the better grass. There's a bunch of people on the Potomac and the Upper Bay that don't know grass. And frankly, you got to be honest here. You didn't know how to read grass when you first went to the river.
I agree, but guess what?
And there's 100 people just like you that don't know how to read grass.
Here's the problem.
And so you can wait around in a mile-long grass and not figure it out.
If guys, just the trolling motors and the boats on top of these fish.
But that's, for me, man, we are completely different.
Yeah, you love that shit. I'll go somewhere. I'll go 100 miles away to get away from people.
Yeah, dude, you're 28. So yeah, your back can take that kind of punishing, brutal run. I'm not interested in that. So, hey, vive la différence.
All right.
You got a lot of plaques on the wall behind you. You're a way better tournament fisherman than I'll ever be or ever was. And I'll admit it. I don't want the big stage. I'm not interested. But what I do love is to turn people on that don't want to run 100 miles because they don't have the money for gas or don't want to spend that kind of money for gas.
Yes,
or they don't have a boat.
Eric, I get it.
They want to beat the shit out of. You got it? I mean, you have
LipLess
win, man. I mean, so that's what I'm talking about. So you got to give some people some finesse techniques that are going to work in pressure because we all don't have the luxury to run 100 miles to win.
Okay.
True or not?
True.
Yeah, that's the point, man.
Helibass says, why no Mojo rig with that?
Oh,
wait. And while you answer, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Full screen.
Yeah. Helibass, great question, man. Mojo rig's great, man. The only reason I went to the split shot is call me lazy because, I had to use the rubber band, slide it through the deal. It was just easier to bite a piece of split shot on and do it, man. So it was probably, laziness, not having to carry an extra thing of tackle, the little rubber slip. I've used both. And the Mojo rig, straight up for Helibass, he's got a point, man, especially in grass. The Mojo rig, because the sinker is skinnier, it just has a much easier time getting through that grass. So I dig that. You know what I mean? What else, man? Sean Lai. There you go, Sean. Yeah, Anthony. Finally after hours. Boom. All right, let's see. Tom Mix, man. I'm interested. My favorite split shot rig since about 2005. Reaction Innovations. Yeah, Flirtworm, right? Megalite 1/0, great hook. Dude, I got some of those hooks too behind me, man. I agree with you, man. I used to use that for a little bit of a stepped up power shot technique. Oh, so Tom, check this hook out, man. I think you'll like it. All right, let me show Tom this. I think you're going to like this as a replacement to your Mustad. Dude, check this out, okay? This is the Gamakatsu G-Lock. And this is I think this is this is a 2/0. They also make a 1/0. I think maybe this could be your hook because I bought these hooks specifically to replace that hook. So tell me what you think. I use the bigger one, the G-Lock 5/0 for power shot and with 14-pound gamma, which is like, 16 pound, 17 pound, anything else. So that's my G-Lock 5/0. That's what I power shot with, man. But, try that out, man, for your replacement for that Mustad hook because I agree. That was a badass hook. Rubber Pegget toothpick with a tiny tungsten weight. Okay, Helibass, there you go, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Guess what?
Yo.
I'm not going to give up the goods right now, but I'm talking to somebody on Instagram.
Yeah?
Who wants to take me kayak fishing.
Oh, I bet I know who that is.
Jake
Harshman.
And?
Jake Harshman. Am I right?
No.
What?
Who wants to do a live and talk about it? I've never done it. I mean, I've rented kayaks down the Keys.
You should do it.
I should.
I really think you should do that. Oh, Ike and Nelly or Brian the Carpenter.
I'm just saying, would you kayak?
No.
No,
because the last time I got in a boat that looked like a kayak was with my wife. I begged her to go fishing with me. At that point, I did live on a lake, by the way. And I hooked a 10-pounder in there, Travis, on a bluegill because I was crappie fishing that day, and I caught a bluegill, and about a 10-pounder came up and went, ooh, and ate him. Anyway.
What lake was this?
This was a lake in PG County. And if we snuck in, we might be able to get on.
Where's PG County?
It's in Maryland. So this is a 67-acre lake. I did catch an 8.5 out of it. And I believe the at the time, I don't know what the state of the lake is now. I'm talking 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. Deep enough to hold a Maryland state record, big enough to hold a Maryland state record, unpressured enough to hold a Maryland state record, and I believe I saw a double digit eat my bluegill on a crappie rod. Anyway, so I take my wife out, and we're in a canoe, and I have my cat with me, Booney, because I'm a cat man, right? It's yes. my wife's cat. So we're canoeing, and the cat's doing cool, and Margaret's reading a magazine, and we get to shore, and she puts the cat in her shirt, and I'm steadying the canoe. I'm still in the water, dude.
What's
and
cat in the shirt?
Yeah, she put it so she could get out of the canoe. And when she stepped out, she started to push the canoe off, and so she's doing a split, and finally she goes in the water with the cat, like only a foot or 2 foot, and I am literally in the paddling position, sinking, looking up at my new hat, just doing and it's silent, but I'm underwater, and I'm watching my hat kind of do this rotation. I can't hear anything, and I pop up, and man, all hell has broke loose. My rods are in the water, the tackle's in the water, she's cracking up, the cat's gotten out of her shirt and is running up the bank, It was a scene, man. So no, I'm not doing a kayak.
Okay.
I've been in the water twice in canoes. Yeah, that's a whole nother story for another night, man.
I gotcha.
Oh man, PG's in the hood. Jake Harshman, the hood. Yes, down. Make sure you tie everything down. Yeah, in my canoe adventures, I did not tie everything down, and I lost A.G. Loomis. Sucks. No, it wasn't. J.P. Harrell. It wasn't Greenbelt Lake or Lake Artemisia. No, but those lakes have some good bass. I agree. Oh man, that's cool, David. Takes the cat out. That's awesome, dude. William Holden, man.
David's a cat guy too. Oh man.
Yeah, Devil's Horse or a Bango, man. You got that right. The Bango lure's in play, bro. There have been some slaunches caught in the Carolinas. And by the way, that thing works on the Potomac. Hey, you know, there's one more bait that somebody mentioned that I want to talk about.
A lipless?
It is. It's a whole nother line of lipless that we just didn't talk about. So I gotta show.
All right.
And man, this is like early on my Instagram channel. It's right after I fish with Matt Lee. Look at that. Look at that mega bag with Matt Lee. Swim Bait City right there. Deep 6XD fish. And Nico rigging back then. I don't know how many years ago that was. But look. There it is. That's a Yozuri soft vibe. Jackal made a mask vibe. That is,
wow.
There's no rattle. It's a silent bait. And I painted it, by the way, because that was a clear bait with that red little throat. But it was just clear with a little bit of shine on it. So I painted it silver in a shaddy type of color. Anyway, what's cool about that is that those baits are solid. They're not hollow with rattles. So it throws off some of the hardest thumping I've ever felt. And the Jackal Mass vibe is probably a little bit more flexible, Travis.
Yes.
I don't know if you're still into the conversation. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I think it's a sneaky bait that deserves some time on the water. But once again, man, there's just not enough time to try it all out. So what are you going to do?
Yes.
Yeah, so Jackal Mass vibe, which I think they stopped making, and this Yozuri soft vibe, which I think they stopped making, that you can find on eBay. They make them in heavy. They make some smaller ones, like I found some 1/4 ounces in gold, black back with an orange belly. I've got some of the clear ones in like 3/4. So, for my application on the river, it's a little bit heavy for what I want to do, but I'm not saying it wouldn't work in the early spring. But Travis, I'm telling you, I've never felt a harder vibration. This is a hard thumping bait, the Pogo. That soft vibe, I'll have to bring some out. You got to remind me to do all this stuff, man. I mean, look, I could sell out and throw the baits that I know I'm going to catch them on, but why not just get crazy and throw some new shit and do something different?
I do believe.
You know why? But you know why? Because the pressure to catch fish when we're filming is immense, man. You put the screws to me, dude. You're like, you got to get productive in the back of the boat. You make me work.
I did offer to have you come out with me tomorrow.
You did? You're going out tomorrow? For real?
Yeah.
Well, we can't do that. That's breaking the order.
No, it's not. We can stay 6 feet away.
Oh, you mean me bring my boat?
And don't even get me started. No. You can come in my boat, bro. Everybody was out in everyone's other boat last time I was out there.
What? Were they really?
Yes.
It's weird. Well, we are, based on your theory. I don't know
if we're going there? We're going there?
No, I love this stuff. That was cool. I would love you. Look, it's after hours. This is not political. I really, 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 really enjoyed Travis's conversation on the way to the Ike Foundation party about the astral plane, the afterlife and rebirth, and your belief that you were on the Edmund Fitzgerald. No, I'm being straight. I'm not making fun of you. Look, I think people have had that feeling. I know you from another time. That feeling of deja vu, that feeling, that belief in that, like, this is just one life on this planet and believe in the afterlife. Look, there's a lot of people that believe in that, man.
Where are you going with that? I asked you to go fishing tomorrow. How did you?
Okay, here's the connection. We could say we're brothers from another mother.
Yes. We've been rooming. You're staying at my house.
Yeah, there you go.
20 days. Here's what I know, guys. I know a lot of, and this isn't, we're not going into conspiracy, but so we can't, the state of Maryland says you can fish,
Right.
but you have to fish for food. I can't guide. I actually, this is new news probably to some of the viewers. I had to cancel all my trips for April and probably May. And I'm going to try to follow up with you guys, my trips, if anyone's watching. They're like, well, you never said. No, I did. I sent out an email, and I did a phone call to everybody. I didn't hear back to everyone yet, but deposits will be refunded or you can reschedule with me. But I had to cancel all my trips for April. 18 trips I had to cancel because Governor Wolf says I can't operate a business in PA. But I'm going to go crazy if I just sit in the garage and play with tackle all day. So I have been fishing on the Chesapeake. And luckily, if you're from New Jersey, you're shit out of luck because you have to be quarantined for 14 days before you cross state lines. So New Jersey, Connecticut, New Yorkers cannot go to the bay, but I can. So those grass beds are open,
Man, right?
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Sucks, dude.
I
But
know.
listen, if you're from New Jersey and you're fishing the Chesapeake, I ain't going to say shit because I think you should be out enjoying the water. That's all we're going. We're good.
That's
Continue
good. That's
on. Okay.
that's good, man. That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Did I show this one earlier, man? Can anybody identify this lure with the little tail spinner?
Whoa!
Yeah, it's a
What?
vibration
Dude, I would
bait.
throw that tomorrow.
I know, dude. Look at the color too.
Wow.
Hey, look, I'll tell you this. All right, so you guys know I paint baits, and you know I use a lot of fluorescent colors. And I'm a goofball, so I bought a black light because I wondered about the old Bagleys. Why did they catch fish better than some of the newer Bagleys? All right, so first of all, they were never the same shape. But when I turned my black light on, the fluorescence of the old Bagleys glowed 4 times as strong as the new ones. I think they used to use like super toxic chemicals in these fluorescent colors, and that's why they outshine the newer fluorescent paints. Because they couldn't use the caustic materials in them, right? Like there's some marbles that I have, because I used to collect marbles too, Travis.
Yes.
That have uranium in it, that make them really, really super glow. Uranium.
Come on.
I swear to God, man.
You have them still now?
Yeah, upstairs. I'll have to. I wonder if it work. If I got it. Hold on. Let me try it. I'm gonna turn my lights out in the studio, and I'm gonna shine the black light on a new Bagley and an old Bagley.
Okay.
I think I could find 2 real quick. Give me a second.
Yes, go do that. As some of the
that's
the
kinda
comments
crazy.
coming in, I know a lot of you guys have some trips with me on Lake Ontario, St. Lawrence River, July, August, September. If this deal gets over with, now that Eric's gone.
No, I'm here.
Oh shit! I
listening,
can't
dude.
get into it.
Oh yeah, right.
Hopefully,
right.
we'll all understand what this was about in the next 30 days, and we'll be good to go. So I'm not canceling anything on Lake Ontario just yet. Fingers crossed.
Is that the lake they call Gitchagumi?
Yeah, that's Superior. If I have to cancel guide trips on Ontario, guys, we're all going to be hurting. Okay, the
No,
economy will be fucked.
You're
if
not
that
going to
happens.
have to do that.
I hope not.
I hope we're out of the, it seems like there was some good news coming out today, at least, right?
Depends what station you listen to. I don't listen to any of those. So I don't
All right. Okay. Man, I'm struggling. I got to get my box out, my Bagley box.
Oh, I thought we were looking for the marbles.
No. I'm trying to find
Oh, your marbles are what? Tucked in next to your bedstand at night?
No,
Is
they're
that where you
upstairs.
keep them?
They're upstairs for display only. All right. I think I got it. Let me see. I don't know, man. Trying to find a new one and an old one. You know what I mean? Vintage versus new in the same size. I'm trying to do like a fair comparison.
I'm getting a lot of Instagram messages about they want me to bring on Dirty Steve at some point. I would love to do that, guys, because Dirty's like one of us. He's a redneck buddy from Wisconsin.
What's his story, man? Dirty Steve.
Just a cool dude. He's like me. Listen, I dress up a little bit. I do my hair. I get my eyebrows done. But I'm freaking as redneck as everybody else. I just don't come off that way. I promise you.
Man, I'm having a hard time with what you just said. Rednecks don't wear yoga pants, dude.
No, dude, I know that. But my point is...
They don't wear Lululemon. They don't get their eyebrows done.
I do, and I'm a redneck as well, is what I'm saying.
No.
I can survive, bro. I've shot more ducks.
Skunk.
That's sexy.
That's skunk. That's an old Bagley square bill, buddy. B1 and skunk. B2, sorry,
Dang,
B2.
Dude. So right there, I would buy that from you instantly.
I wouldn't sell that one because I only have one. Those are hard to find, dude. An OG skunk, all brass?
Damn.
Are you kidding me? I'll put that on eBay. Somebody from Japan will pay good money. They love Bagleys in Japan, man. Like that one, you just ain't finding a copper foil one. Forget it. You know what I mean?
We have a serious question here on the chat.
The wedge, you ain't finding any wedges. Go ahead.
Does Eric believe in aliens?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. Okay.
No. I don't.
Well, come up to the St. Lawrence River around Henderson Harbor and look up at the sky just one night and you will see UFOs. Promise.
All right. I'll do that with you. Show me, man. I'm a show me kind of guy. That'd be crazy to see an alien, man.
Levy goes, men get their eyebrows done? No, I don't. I pluck my own. I don't go out and get them done professionally.
But rednecks don't pluck them.
No, they let it grow.
Know that. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Travis, you're not a redneck.
I am, dude.
No matter what you say, you're a wannabe redneck.
No. Oh,
you're
my
wannabe.
God, dude.
You're
if you knew.
I do know.
You don't know. You don't know.
They don't eat buffalo.
Sure.
Rednecks, they don't worry about, they don't drink that Berkey water, bro. They're fine with city water. Come on, man. What are you talking about? I got it. I think I got it. I got to just get a Fire Tiger Old Bagley.
I don't think Dirty C would be drinking out of a wine glass right now either, though.
Definitely not, man. Ain't no way. Nope. Dirty Steve ain't doing that. All right. There we go. We go.
Ray just invited me duck hunting.
Cool.
So wait, Ray. Honestly, so I told this story before. My nickname wasn't SmallmouthCrush. It was the Can Man for the canvasback duck diver hunting. That's all I did. Big water diver hunting, hardcore. I'm talking 6-foot waves on Lake Michigan, 5 miles offshore at December, November. I mean, life-threatening, and we would lay them out all day long.
All right, you guys ready for the experiment?
I'd rather talk duck hunting right now, dude.
So this is the new Bagleys. What's he
Eric,
doing with that
Eric,
tail weight right there?
Eric, hold on. I'll be right back. I got to grab something.
Oh, my God. All right, dude. Go ahead. Grab something. So I'm just showing that this is the same color scheme Bagley. And this is the old brass, all brass 1970s version on top. And this is the newer version that has been discontinued again. And so what I'm going to do is turn off this light once Travis gets back and show you the difference and how they glow. Okay? Yeah, because I want to show you the difference on the paint. And is that the magic of some of the older Bagleys? Now, they're different versions, obviously, but I'm just showing you the paint color. So anyway, what do you guys think is going to happen? Opossums and squirrels. Man, I missed a lot of these things. They don't drink wine. Wanna be. Travis, you're not a redneck, bro. Jamie Newton, ghosts. Man, maybe. I've had some interesting experiences. And I had some buddies that swore they saw them. I've never seen one, but I've had some interesting things happen. All right. Copper Chatterbee. Nice. Where's Jimmy gone? We got to get him back. Wild Bill. What's up? All right, I'm just going for it because I don't know where Travis went. So I'm turning the lights off, and then I'm going to turn this black light on. All right, and maybe you'll see a ghost. Here's my black light. Here's my baits. I hope this works. I think I can do it so you guys can see. Yeah, all right. That's how I'm going to try to do it. Okay. It's going to be the old bait on the top. Let's see what happens. I don't know. There might be too much light for my computer. I can't do this experiment. Ah! I'm foiled. I don't know. Nah, guys, what was I thinking? This is not working. Sorry. That's terrible. I'll maybe take a picture. That's what I'll do. I'll go over to the dark part of the room and take a picture. Give me a second. Well, I have to wait till Travis is back. Bass and passion. I may be an alien. Yeah, Jay Henfish. Yeah, man. There you go. Check your old Bagleys, man. But you got to get a black light to do it. Yeah. Oh, this is crazy. I wish you guys could see this because I can. I'm going to take a picture, and then I'll hold it up to the screen, all right? All right. This is working. This is definitely going to give you the flavor. Give me a second. Got to turn my camera on. There we go. Look at that. That's crazy. All right, I did the photo. Let me turn my lights on. Can you guys see that? Nope. Let me turn the lights on. Hold on. Wow. It's a huge difference, by the way. Look at the top bait. That's the older Bagley versus the bottom bait. I mean, it's like a glow plug, and that is the same color. The fluorescent on the top one is just 3 times as much. If you could see it in the black light, you'd get it. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, right? Anyway, that's my experiment for the night. I think that's pretty cool. Yep, the paint was better back in the day. What can I say? Rusty Parker, 1977. Yep. Yeah, okay, everybody saw it. All right, cool. Travis, check this out, man. Travis.
Yo.
Look at the glow difference between those two. The top one's the old 1977.
I just showed up. Explain.
So I was telling everybody that these are the same color patterns by Bagley. You get that, right? There's no difference in the color. You know, maybe the bars are a little bit heavier on the top bait, but that doesn't make the difference. What I'm looking at is the brown paint. They use fluorescent paint in these baits because this is a spring crawl color. So yes. My theory is, because I did this before, is that they use more phosphorescent, which is, you know, when you expose it to UV light, look at how much it glows on the top plug. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Yeah,
man. Tom Sullivan. I just got $4.99 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, you owe me $4.99. I'm tracking this stuff now, right?
Oh, man.
So my braid to fluoro knot is like the San Diego Jam. I mean, I'm sorry, the what do you call it? The improved the Albright. No, the double uni.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I use. And then I use the San Diego Jam on the hook part.
Hey. Are you ready?
Yeah. What do we got?
How about a feeder call?
A who? Nice.
Brohim? Love it.
Nice. I just want to show everybody that both have
I thought we were talking about duck hunting.
No. The guy was like saying they're different colorways. They're not. They're the same. Brown back. That's pretty good, Travis.
Yeah.
Jay Henfish, any word on a bait guy who can fix bills on old Bagleys? Yeah, what is that guy? Dave from... oh, my God. Hey, Jay Henfish, I'm gonna DM Tacklecraft to see if he does Bagley repairs. Oh, hey, Cornell responded. He says he's hanging with the family. I'll try to catch you guys on the next one.
All right.
Okay.
It's all good.
Let me DM Tacklecraft right now and see if he does repairs on old Bagleys. Give me one moment, please. Tacklecraft, active 40 minutes ago.
Not bad for a city boy.
Nice.
Not a city boy, guys. Brian goes, my beagles now run around the living room.
Hey, who won on head-to-head fishing today? Did you know him?
I knew some guys that didn't, which I was happy of.
Okay, why? Why do
I'm
you?
not
Why
going
were
to
you?
get into that.
Why are you happy about somebody's downfall, dude?
There's conspiracies in the walleye world too, I guess.
Okay, hey Jay Henfish, here you go. This guy used to. I don't know if he still does. It's called Dave's Custom Baits. For Bagley lip repair. He makes a black market, or he used to call it black market balsa, but now there's a new company that's doing that.
Keith, it's been years since I went turkey hunting, but I was damn good at it and I loved it. I had I should bring up, you guys don't want, I have VHS, you know those little mini cassettes and a handheld camera? I would film turkey hunts back in the day. And, you know, now I see every time I go on YouTube or I look on Facebook, I'll see guys with the decoys and they're sneaking up to turkeys. I was doing that back in 1996, crawling on my belly with a hen decoy going through the tall grass. I would get 5 foot, like within 5 feet of a big tom, dude.
That's
and
crazy.
Jump up and be like, boom! Yeah, for real. I loved it.
Shoot him 5 feet away?
Oh, yeah.
Was there anything left of the bird?
Yeah, I shot him in the head, bro. Come on.
Oh. I've wild turkey hunt. I've shot a few turkeys.
Let's hear the hen call. Ooh. I don't even need a diaphragm. I don't need nothing. No, it's pretty bad. But I can get a tom to if I'm fishing. Let's say we're in a back pocket, Eric. Right now, this time of the year.
Yeah.
I'll let out the owl, and the gobblers will respond. Hoo 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 hoo. Ow!
I use a diaphragm call, man. I can't
bro.
find them, man. What?
You don't know.
I've used a diaphragm call to call a turkey in, man.
How many turkeys have you shot, bro?
Let's see. On my first hunt, I shot one. It was a gobbler. I shot a hen on my second hunt.
I don't think you can do that. In the fall?
Yeah, in the fall. I'm talking about fall turkey hunting.
Are you just hungry meat hunting?
No. Spring gobbler season and fall turkey hunting.
Okay.
Hens were in play. So yes, I'm talking both. I think four turkeys. Yeah.
Fair enough. I love it.
That's right. Turkey crush.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Vodka's kicking in.
I've had 2 vodka drinks and a glass of wine. I'm far from it because I can handle my liquor, okay?
I would be like, with those 2 vodka drinks.
I know, but Eric, you've been around me, right?
Yeah, you're good, man. No, Travis doesn't get crazy sloppy. Nope, never has.
No, I mean, you've seen me drink a lot.
Yeah. You have. You're good.
Okay.
No, it's very good.
I can keep up.
You're talking about, St. Crest wants to know how old the Bagleys are with the heart on the belly. The heart throbs? I don't know. Was that a 70s bait? 80s maybe? 80s? 70s?
I still got this Bagley up here that needs a little help.
Show me what happened. Nah, man. Fish that thing nude. Send a picture to Tackercraft and ask him what he'd do with it.
Maybe.
Yeah, man.
People are loving it.
Did we break the record last night?
Uh-oh.
I mean, tonight.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Will, do you really want to share that?
Oh, what's he going to share?
He says he has some bad news. Text me before.
Oh, no, man.
He's either messing with us or he's for real.
Oh, no.
You kicked out of the the tribe?
He's no longer the man?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. What happened to the whole thing that you were going to do up there, the big plan? Is that the bad news?
We're working on it.
Is that the bad news?
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back. Hopefully he'll text me.
Yeah.
If it's that bad.
That's not good.
You don't just show up on Smallmouth Crush Live and say, I have some bad news.
Yeah, Will.
Come on,
enough.
Will.
There's enough bad news right now. We don't need any new bad news now. Yeah, Ron, I got some honeybees for sure, man. C2, that's pretty funny. Yeah, the honeybee, and who remembers the bitty bee? Jamie Newton, you better talk about the bitty bee. Nobody knows about that bitty bee. Unbelievable. True,
Man.
true.
Well, we're kind of after hours now, anyways.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's way.
Will, you're such a dick.
What did he say? I haven't seen it yet because I'm behind you, man.
Oh man.
What he said? He typed it up.
Yeah, I put it up on the screen.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. This just shows you how long my delay is.
Oh, jeez.
God, that's crazy.
I'll let you read it. I'm coming up there, Will. If there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, Mohawk 72. The giant smallies are biting. You two ain't there.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Man.
Will, I'll come up. Just whatever day, let me know.
You can't come up. You ain't
Travel
leaving.
to New York. We can travel to New York. And guess
You know-
what?
You know why you can't? You can't leave.
When I
long
get to the
distance
Mohawk,
right now.
when I get to the Mohawk tribe, and I'm on the reservation, which is off government territory,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Will a big ass hug, and we're gonna go catch some big smallmouth.
Will, are you going to let Travis hug you?
Yes.
Well, I didn't ask you. You already said you were going to give him a hug.
Will, if you let me hug you, I'm coming up. Let me know in the comments. All right, what else you got? You got sleeper baits, or what are we doing here?
Dude, I mean, we plumbed the depths on the traps. I think we hit everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's like, I don't know, there's a couple JDM traps I didn't talk about, but I don't know. You know, it's just so much, man. It's so much. I mean, the Dekahara Risebacker, man, that's pretty cool. The Dekahara Potbelly, that's pretty cool. This is a slow, like, this is a lazy wobbler.
I'd throw that.
Yeah, you would, man. You know what I should do is to just put like all my funky traps. There's a couple like really weird ones too, man. That, yeah, I got some. And I will tell you, man, I got some new chatterbaits that might just blow your mind. That nobody. There's a few that I had that nobody's heard about.
Bring them out.
No, I'm not bringing them out now. I want to bring them out.
We don't have chatterbaits on the schedule, dude.
No, we already did chatterbaits. I mean, I kind of like showed some chatterbaits last week that I didn't talk much about.
We have 250 plus people right now live. By tomorrow, we'll have 1,500 views. I think you need to share a chatterbait with us.
What are you talking about, man? You like the... Look, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I got to do some doctoring up to them.
All right.
You know, like this kind of stuff.
Oh, jeez. Get out.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's good stuff, man. Trust me. I mean, I could give people a little hint on a swim jig that's like, so how many people... So this is like your typical size swim jig. 3/8 or a ½ ounce, right?
We're going to be here a while yet?
What are you doing now, man? You keep... Oh, you mean another drink? Sure, man. Help yourself.
What, you want me to get the goose call out?
No, we're good.
It took me long enough to find that.
Like the whole concept of upsizing your baits. You know what I mean? So like on the swim jig, I'm going to talk about a big swim jig I throw. What's the biggest swim jig you've ever thrown?
Dirty Jig's Finesse jig.
Yeah, but what's your big trailer that you put on? Your tab tail grub?
Oh, it's the biggest?
Yeah.
Probably a 3.8.
Yeah. So I'm talking like a swim jig with like a 5-inch big profile swim bait on the back.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So I already talked about how pre-spawn on the Potomac in the Upper Bay, when you start seeing the white perch show up, I need you to upsize bait. So I'm going to show some crankbaits on Friday that'll get you a bigger bite. I'm going to talk about the swim jig on swim jig night, and I might even tie one up for you that's going to mirror a white perch.
Fair.
And I imagine that if smallmouth eat yellow perch, a bigger smallmouth might like a bigger swim jig. True or not? Because you've been curious about the whole swim bait thing in game for smallies. And I can promise you this, there are dudes that catch big smallies throwing swim baits.
I didn't tell you this,
Draft,
Eric. I actually...
talk to me, man.
I just ordered, I got a few more glide baits in the mail this week.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get? What'd you get?
I don't know.
Show me.
Yeah? All right, hold on.
It's mail call time. Let's go. I got some mail calls. You got some mail calls? We can compare mail calls. Man, it's cray. I got to put my traps away. Hey, I want to know from people, what was a cool trap you saw tonight that you didn't know about and you liked and you wrote it down? If you want to share. If you don't, that's cool because you want to keep it for yourself. But what's a trap? Travis, I just asked the question for people. What's a rattle trap you saw tonight or a trick that we shared that people really liked and they plan on trying the next time they're out throwing a trap?
I was showing the new, if you look up at the computer here.
Oh, yeah. S-Waver, man. That's it.
Got a bunch of them.
That's a great, reasonably priced swim bait that is a great glide bait. Tell me you got the trout color. Did you get the trout color?
No.
Why not? What have you not been reading, Turgish?
I went after, I took Matt Pengraff's advice.
Oh, my. Hey, man, Brian Breezemeister's watching us on the TV. That's
nice.
Cool. God, man, I need to do that. Sean Lai could teach me how to hook my YouTube up to my TV. I think I got a smart TV now with an internet connection. Look, I am in technology, but I didn't say I was a technologist. But I am a lureologist. At least I know them. Not saying I throw them. Oh, my God, here's the trap I meant to talk about. Sorry, didn't mean to yell at everybody. All right, here's another one for everybody. Oh, here it is. Travis, you ready?
Yes.
This is the bait I'm talking about. This is the Yozuri Soft Vibe. Check this out. Look, dude, look.
Damn.
I ain't showing
I'm looking.
Hold on.
I'm trying to get back to all these messages. People do message me on Instagram as well.
Dude, I got a lot of messages and I'm ignoring. We're in a live show.
Okay.
That's what you do after the show.
Well, I'm trying to get back to everybody.
Look,
Continue on.
This is the Yozuri Soft Vibe. Don't even tell me that wouldn't get eaten. And I am telling you right now, this bait is, you can bend it. It's bendable. It's not hard.
Bend it.
Dude, look.
Wow.
I'm not trying to break it, but it didn't hurt it. But anyway, this thing will shake your rod like you've never had a rattle trap shake it. And I gotta imagine. So I'm thinking hard thumping, pressured fish. Maybe that's not the bait to throw. All right, super active fish, different vibration, different bite. All right, here's one more. Travis.
Yes.
I'm not going to quiz you on this, but look how big that bait is.
That looks like a white perch.
Yes. They make a floating version and a sinking version. This is the floater. Don't even tell me when those fish move to the bank, you chuck that thing through, you're not going to get a big bite. That's like 4 inches long, dude. I mean, look. Here's a Cordell spot. And it's a Cordell, by the way. You can't find these. You got to look at it eBay. But look, that's a regular Cordell compared to this jank. Why are we throwing stuff like this?
I'm not.
Are you scared? Come on, man. Get the bigger bite. Listen to the rattle. One knocked or two. Man, don't even tell me that just wouldn't get creamed. Man, oh man. And here's a tip for you. If you got a good painter in your life, okay, who remembers Ozark Shad and the Flat A? Nope. One of the best colors ever made. I got a buddy to paint me up some Ozark Shad rattle traps. Don't even tell me.
Dude, you'll never throw that.
Dude, I've thrown them. This is my extra stuff. This trap's in my trap box upstairs in my truck. I don't leave home without it. Ozark Shad, bro. It's one of the best colors Bomber ever made. Discontinued. It sucks.
So Tin Horse, I think Eric would be the best to answer that, but he told me yes, you do use a swivel with the S-Waver, correct?
Yes, 100%. Not a swivel, a snap. Decoy egg snap is my favorite. Decoy egg snap, this one right here. And, you know, they make it 1 through 5. I think this is the biggest they make. Did everybody see that? Decoy egg snap. Boom. That's the one you want right there. Dude, there's so many topics to cover. I don't even know where to begin. All right. There we go. I found my soft pod. You're back to the comments. You're totally into the comments right now.
Yes.
Hair hogs.
Hair hogs.
You talking about the hairy hog from frickin'
I don't know.
the hairy hog? There's a bait called the extra stuff C2. That's funny. Oh, hair jigs. Yeah, I love hair jigs, man. I caught my biggest Potomac bass on a hair jig in December, 42-degree water, December 23rd.
Was it?
Wouldn't fit in the live well straight.
Remember we used to make Christmas videos together?
I do. Those were the good old days, man.
Anymore.
You were the angry elf. That's probably one of the funniest moments for me and craziest moments.
Yes.
What? You want to play that? Play that clip.
I don't
Can you
have it handy.
Well, I do. So I think I will.
Everybody has seen that.
All right. I'm not wasting time
I've
on
been into a shad. Big deal.
that. Just the whole lead up to it was crazy.
Man.
Roman made mother. Hog farmer hair jigs. Yeah, they make a pretty interesting like scrounger. Hairy scrounger. Have you seen the hog farmer like hairy scrounger? You talk about a finesse style, bait style, silent hog farmer makes this super crazy looking.
Will's sending me text messages right now of big smallmouth. Will, I can't deal with it.
Crazy. I want to see. Did anybody say what kind of tips they liked? Uh-oh. Jake, sorry. Excalibur's a bomb. The paint, river to sea. Looking.
We're on the big screen.
I said, yeah, Brian Briesmeister, man. From Bass Alarm. Woo!
You guys have no life if you're watching this in a living room.
I love it, man.
We're just a bunch of chumps talking shit right now.
Rusty,
on.
yeah. Give us a great trick for trap on school and bass. Yes, I want that. I want to hear it. If he's still here. And no, I've never fished Raystown.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't without live scope, so I'm not going. I don't have live scope on my boat right now, Eric.
You don't need it, dude. You're fishing grass. Come on, man.
I need it.
North Star Custom Baits. Crankbait you want and can't find. Man, that I really, really want right now. What am I always looking for that I can't find? That's a great question. What about you, Travis? You got a crankbait you can't find? I'd say a Bagley's Biddy Bee.
Honestly, if I could have the old mid-90s Rapala size 5 fat wrap and chartreuse.
Oh, let's talk about that.
I would love to have some of those.
You mean this one?
See, I think that's newer. I think that's a 2000s.
Dude, you're so wrong. Look at the hook. Look at the hook. This is a vintage fat wrap.
If I go back in time right now,
Travis, this is a vintage fat wrap, non-rattling balsa bait.
I would take my 18-foot Red Lund.
Here, I bought these for you to show you that I could find them for less than you said. So we got some. We got some colors. We got that beautiful crawl, by the way.
I don't care about any of those colors except that chartreuse and white.
Oh, I found one for you, bro. There it is. Vintage.
If I could throw that around Clark's Point tomorrow, I would.
Where's Clark's Point?
In Lake Winneconne.
Okay, can I go with you to Lake Winneconne?
I'd love you. Yes, absolutely.
And I want to throw. I'm going to throw this, and we'll both throw them because
Yeah.
I got a couple.
I grew up. That was the only crankbait I owned for 4 or 5 years, Eric.
So
Listen.
Why'd you stop throwing it?
Before the Lund, my parents went to Green Lake Marina and bought a 1972 Tri-Haul.
Yeah.
With an inboard-outboard.
Yeah.
And that was my fishing boat. No trolling motor. We'd pull up to an area and cast and start the motor and move down a little bit. That's the crankbait I was throwing, dude.
Why'd you stop? I mean, you know one of my favorite cold water crankbaits on the Upper Bay, which I threw with you on our second video we did together, or first, when we had our epic crankbait days. I threw the Rattle and Fat Wrap by Rapala and Fire Tiger with a chartreuse lip. I've caught more cold water bass. It's got a single ticker, not high rattle, just a single little BB in that thing, man. And it's balsa, and it just catches them. It's got a lazy wobble and roll. It's not overactive, but the fish love it. Cold, muddy water, I can catch them on that crankbait in Fire Tiger. Would you throw this one? Look at the size of that grub. Would you throw it?
No. Tackle Craft wants to know what night is the beetle spin chat.
My beetle spin was my favorite lure for white perch, man. I could kill him on a beetle spin, man. I don't know what it was about that stupid thing. Tackle Craft. Hey, Tackle Craft, I sent you a message on Instagram, man. Somebody wants to know if you will do Bagley lip repair. Do you do lip repair? I'm waiting. I'm looking for him. Moonsault. Aurora Craw. I know you, Jamie, I know you're looking for that one. That's right. Don thinks he's got a bitty bee. All right. Travis, are you pretty much out? You're just doing messaging now? I mean, I'm getting blown up too, man.
I know, dude.
Do you want me to just do my messages too? We'll just sit here where people can watch us answer messages?
Well, we could definitely answer some questions on Instagram. That's fine.
Well, no, we have a chat. We got a chat. I'm trying to get you off your Instagram phone. Don't send people there. That's what the purpose of the chat is. Does anybody have any questions tonight? Somebody sent you that?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
all right.
Shit. We're almost wrapping this thing up, guys. Listen, it was awesome.
It sounds like it's been awesome.
I appreciate the support through PayPal. We got a bunch of guys. I try to get everybody that I could. Of course, we still have some SmallmouthCrush hoodies, T-shirts. Not a lot. Probably some sizes you might not like. If there's any 3XLs, let's go.
Hey, Tacklecraft, I used to throw the big beetle spin, man. When I was growing up, I'm going to tell you two things that I threw when I was a kid that I've never thrown again. I threw a man's stingray grub in school bus yellow with a red head and caught bass regularly doing it. I also threw, to Tacklecraft's point, a big Johnson beetle spin, Johnson Minnow beetle spin, and the one I like two of them, yellow and black. And then the one that was like a crawdad color with a gold blade. And they ate the hell out of it, man. What's up? Okay, so now here comes the questions. Because remember, we opened up the questions before you were going to close the show. So now the questions are coming in.
Oh,
St.
yes.
Press. Yes, it's discontinued. Did we lose the video?
Nope, just Tom did.
Okay, gotcha. Tom Sullivan says, where should I buy jig tying gear? Man, there's the Fly Shop online, Lurecraft. What are all the lure parts companies? They all sell all that stuff. Any place you can get that, yep. Any hoodies in large left, Travis?
Let me look.
Ooh, Jay Handfish has got two bitty bees, man. Nice. What color? Do you got the silver and black, bro?
6543. I got
Matt.
2 left.
Yeah, snakehead fishing for sure.
Eric, You want to go out tomorrow with me or no?
Dude, I got so much going on at work, man.
All right.
I really do want to, though.
I'm going.
I know you're going.
So.
I'm jealous, man.
6 o'clock anchor?
Yeah, Rick. Netcraft. Watch. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't take anybody. Boss is good for skirts.
We'll stay 6 feet away, Eric. I can take you. And if we get stopped, we'll just say we're gay lovers and we've been together for the last 14 days.
SmallmouthCrush online poker tournament.
I don't really play poker. Blackjack, I'm in.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, right? That'd be wild. How could we do that? You
know.
could do a Zoom with all the viewers.
No, we should.
That'd be wild, wouldn't
I'll
it?
be honest with you, Eric. I think
I count on that.
we can't fit it into our schedule, but I have literally 4 big bins this big, bigger than the screen,
Of
tackle that I'm
Yep.
I was going to put on like Bass Boat Central and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I got a drawer right here
Yeah.
full of, I mean, what do you want? Do you want a Garmin GT34? Listen, I got so much stuff, whether it be shirts, Mercury hoodies, shorts. I mean, we can sell stuff, dude. We can auction. We get Jimmy on and do a big ass auction.
Dude, what are you waiting for? Something called eBay, man. I mean,
No.
Like I said, you got time in your schedule.
Eric, I just sold a Garmin 1242 XSV Touch on YouTube today.
YouTube?
Or on eBay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, guess how much they took of that sale?
20%.
$185.
Was it 20%?
10%.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. But whatever.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
No, I honestly, we could do I don't know. Let me know if you guys would do an auction with Big Time Jimmy. Like, not crazy.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to spike up the prices. I just want to get fair value. But you want to do an auction, Eric?
Like it sounds like you got some needs to sell some stuff, so I'll let you go first.
No. I think both of us. I'll do 3 items to your 1. You guys want to do an auction? Like, not tonight, but in the future here.
Can you do an auction?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
With Jimmy, yeah, anything's possible.
No, I know Jimmy's a good auctioneer, man. That was pretty hysterical last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was hysterical, man. Gajo auction and giveaways next week. Look at that, man.
They want to do it, man. The comments are coming in.
There you go.
What day you want to do the auction? What's going to be a slow night? Tomorrow, Ryan, that'll go good.
Tom Nee says, dude, no one wants to buy your shorts.
No, they're brand new. Never been worn.
Oh, Tom, they're new. They're not used. Right. This is not, Travis's used stuff.
One
this
of these
is
nights
brand
we'll do
new
an
stuff.
auction.
This is brand new stuff you bought, or these are giveaways you got that you're going to sell now. It's okay.
Just stuff I have, dude. I don't know where I get it.
Okay. He doesn't know where it comes from.
Honestly, I've probably in retail value.
Yeah, Jamie Newton brings up a good point. The 20-second delay may be a problem in an auction.
What? So I have roughly, I'm guessing here, but it's probably close.
What'd you guess?
$20,000 in retail of stuff I need to move because I just don't use it.
Right.
Just sitting, taking up room. From props to just, I don't know, stupid things. You name it. So much stuff, dude. I probably have 70 Mercury beanies. Like hats.
Sean Lai. Woo!
Only if Jimmy drinks.
Hey, does anybody know? Look, I've seen some stuff on Etsy. Here's a thought for you, Travis.
Yeah.
I think Etsy has loosened its I don't know, guidelines. I know you can sell handmade crankbaits on Etsy because Carolina Crankbait sells a lot of stuff on Etsy. So I just was wondering why Carolina Crankbait is going to Etsy versus eBay.
I don't know.
So yeah, they put like lots of really good crankbaits.
Most of the stuff I sell is on Bass Boat Central.
Okay. And how do you like it?
Good. Like I have
Lango Lures. That was the one. Sorry.
I have a Mercury 4-stroke right now for sale. If anyone's interested, I mean, I got a lot of the stuff for sale.
Where did you get a Mercury 4-stroke, dude?
I'm just saying, whatever you need, dude.
Where'd you get a Mercury 4-stroke?
This transducer is like $1,200 retail. This is an in-haul, through-haul transducer.
What do you do with that?
I don't know.
When did you get it?
It just shows up, dude. Stuff shows up.
What were you thinking? What's the 4-stroke size?
250.
Okay, so what are you selling it for?
17,000.
Why don't you just have people contact you directly?
No, they can. They can. I thought the auction would be a lot better. Hey, we're auctioning off a brand new 2020 Mercury 4-stroke.
Yeah, but what if it sells for 14,000?
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, well, you have to do like a minimum bid.
Yeah.
Right, like there's a reserve on high items like that. So
Yeah, Will wants to give a bunch of Gajo baits away. I mean.
Wow, look at that. Every 100 live views, we give away a gift pack of Gajo baits. Man, that's awesome. So we've been averaging 300. That's at least 3 good giveaway packs. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, We're doing the auction, dude.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, Sean, so I did.
There you go.
I did apply for my grants. I have a small problem. I did not do my 2019 taxes yet, so...
It doesn't matter.
I know, dude. I went on freaking Citizens Bank website today to fill out my second application, and it asked for all this stuff, and I had to make up some. I have my TSM Fishing LLC P&L for you. That's all I have, dude. You got any advice on that, Eric?
No, I don't, man.
So
you mean for the loan?
Yeah, what's 18 guide trips? So I lost $8,550 this month. So you do the math. What do I do for May?
I don't know.
You know.
You don't know if the trips are canceled yet, do you? Or did you already cancel them for May?
If I do cancel them, I'm pushing my Aprils into May and June, which I don't have. I canceled 18 trips and I have 8 days left in May and June to fill. So some guys aren't getting. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do?
Some guys aren't going. Yeah.
Do we dare talk about July St. Lawrence trips?
I think you're going to be good there.
Damn.
I think you're going to be good there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, don't forget about adding in the plus tips. Right?
Yeah.
That's lost revenue. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's hardcore, is what it is.
Like I thought it would be cool because I'd be able to go out and make videos, but I can't even fish with anybody. You know, and honestly, the Chesapeake Bay is so hard to make a YouTube video because I'm so concerned about areas that I fish.
Right.
I can't show you guys specific stuff that I do. So yeah, if it's a grass bed, and how many videos of me throwing a chatterbait do you want to see? You know what I mean? Like that kind of bothers me. Like I don't have the content. I don't have the accessibility right now to go out and do stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, but so I think you got to kind of turn to the. I mean, if you look at some of your most popular videos, there are things that you did with Tackle Tip Tuesdays. So you got a garage full of baits, man. Just start making Tackle Tip Tuesday.
Those are the most boringest videos for me to make.
Suck it up, bro.
I'm just saying.
This is about eyeballs and ads, man. Suck it up. You got to do it. and sell some stuff. I think that's a great idea, man. Get rid of that stuff that's just taking up space, man. Sell that $250.
Tom goes, and you report tips. Actually, Tom, I do.
It's not based off your lost revenue for this year, Travis. Sean brought up a good point.
No, I know that. It's 2019, but so in 2019 I had to show a profit for my business.
Right.
A small profit. I mean, obviously, when you own a business like I do, there's a lot of write-offs.
Yeah.
And I normally show a loss. So I'm kind of in a tough position right now. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. I don't know. There's a lot of waters to navigate there, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 2 different species on the bay. Yeah, we could go striper fishing.
No, dude, you've caught them out there, man. You catch them pretty good, don't you? You got into them pretty thick.
And you know how stupid, but like it would be fun to. I talked to you about this before, but catfishing, dude.
Oh, I know, right? How about some of them big ones, man?
I know.
Yeah, Sean Lai said we could do some tackle tips together and make it interactive.
True.
Right?
Well, I think a start was this whole 7 days of YouTube Live every night.
That's a good one. Yeah,
No,
I'll try to find a bitty bee. Let me find my bitty bee. Where my bitty bee at? Bagley mix. Where my bitty
Tax
bee?
Planning Tuesday.
That's a great one. I like that.
There you go. Will goes, we'll do a giveaway. Guided trip with Travis and Epic E on the best smallie waters in the world. Sponsored by Gajo Baits and Mohawk Trails Guide Service.
Dude, I'm totally into that.
When are you coming up, Eric? You're not going to cross state lines, bro.
That's the honeybee. The bitty bee is bigger.
He ain't crossing state lines.
Oh, no. I thought you meant like when we are going to be good to go.
No, tomorrow.
Oh, geez. I would love to. Okay, so this is the bitty bee in my favorite color. It's a blackback silver foil. My buddy Mike Grant won the co-angler side on the Potomac, and a BP Top 150 won the boat, the Ranger boat, and that's the honeybee. So bitty bee and a honeybee. They're both little square bills, but when the fish get on, man, this is dynamite in grass, and it's dynamite on shallow wood. Tough to throw on a bait caster, throw it on a spinning rod, you're risking the biscuit. I used to be able to find these on eBay. I cannot find them anymore. It's very hard. That's my favorite color. And then on other tidal water fisheries, that are more tannic in nature, I'll throw a gold foil blackback with an orange belly. This one has a little red throat, or a little peach. There you go, man. That's the bitty bee.
Yes.
That's a little secret jank right there. Oh, yeah. The bitty bee and the honeybee. Oh, man, Travis. What the heck? Damn it.
So some guys are asking about a schedule of topics. Yes. Let's go through that real quick. Tomorrow is going to be Ryan Salzman's going to join us. We're going to be talking about Tennessee river fishing. We're not the ones to talk about that, but I'm sure we'll interact. But a lot of the things that I'm sure he's going to share are things we'll be able to use around here as well. Yeah. Thursday is something really cool. I like to use Kitech swim baits a lot, and we're going to talk about our favorite ways to fish them, because there's so many different ways to fish a Kitech that hopefully, if you guys don't fish Kitechs, maybe you'll pick something up, a tip from us.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah, Finesse Plastics.
I'm raising my hand.
Friday, Eric's going to take over and go through all of his crankbaits. So if you're into crankbaits, Friday night is going to be a big night for us. And then we'll probably do that after hours. Let's see everything Eric has.
Maybe. No. I don't think we're going to do that. I'm not ready for that.
They want to see the secret room, dude.
I don't know. We got to hold that suspense.
The garage. If you guys,
dude,
if you think behind him is crazy, just go to your garage, dude.
That's the gem. The gem. You got to hold back on the gem, man. The gem is for. All right, so I don't know. Well, I got thoughts on that. We'll discuss that later. But
yes.
Somebody, Jake Harshman, this is a great suggestion for you. Look, you got a lot of knowledge on northern lakes, right?
Yep.
people may have tournaments coming up. You certainly have a lot of knowledge on the Upper Bay now, right? Not saying you would want to do it on the Upper Bay because that's one of your tournament areas, right? But there are fishermen at your level that are offering coaching for $1 amount, right? So if somebody wanted to learn drop shotting, you could do a Zoom session with them one-on-one. You could create a password.
I thought about that.
Yeah, because, look, you only learn so much when you're watching a YouTube video, but, you're distancing and you're interacting, though, and people are asking questions. They can't really, sure, they can comment on your YouTube video, right? But it's so much more dynamic, right?
When I take people out,
you know what I mean?
Yes. When I take
Does that make sense?
Yes. When I take people out guiding, especially on Lake Ontario, the St. Lawrence River, what I teach you out there in that day of fishing, and if you have the right setup on your boat, you would be able to go out and do exactly what we did and get on fish on a consistent basis.
So I think what they're saying for you right now is, if there is a viewer out there right now that's watching, right, or you could post this on your Instagram. Look, Travis, people want to support you, but they want something in exchange for the support, right? They're doing it for nothing on the Super Chat here, right? They were doing it because they like the content, they like the channel, they know you're trying to grow your business and do this thing so you can get bigger and do funner stuff that they can learn from. Man, why not just take a chance? You're not losing anything by it. Make it reasonable. What's a half hour of your time worth, one-on-one, or an hour of instruction, deep drop shotting? And just throw it out there. People recognize that you know your shit, man, when it comes to drop shot. You know your shit when it comes to other techniques. You're a smallmouth dude. That's what you're known for. You're largemouth too. I'm just saying there's probably some things that people would say, you know what, I'm going to do that. It's supporting Travis. It's supporting the channel. They're at home too, bro. You know what I mean? They might not have a full work schedule if they're not essential right now. They're not fishing on the water. They know you can't take them out. Spend an hour with people. What else are you going to do? Listen to a podcast?
That's a good point.
On clean eating? I know what you did last summer. So I'm just saying, man, I think you should just try it.
Yeah.
Because there's just no way on live you're going to cover all the stuff you know about drop shotting. And, people could, bring out their rods, their reels, you could, show them, do some in-tank stuff with them, show them why you like it this way, I mean, my God, you could break it down, dude.
Yeah.
I'll start. I'll hire you for an hour on drop shot. If you hire me, you hire me for an hour on crankbait, and I'll hire you for an hour on drop shot.
No, honest, and here's the deal, dude. I think I'm good, but I'm not at that level. You know what I mean?
Oh, stop it.
No,
Tom Nee goes, what? There's more than what's on YouTube? Oh, yeah, Tom. Oh, yeah. I hold back a little bit. I mean, a little.
Wow. I don't. I try not to.
It's okay. I'm
It's
just
more
gonna say,
spots that I hold
wait a
back
minute.
on.
No. That's not true. That's not true. I could think of one thing that maybe they didn't see. I'm not sure if you showed it on YouTube, but it is a deadly bed fishing technique that you've never shown. You don't talk about the color. You don't talk about the worm. Maybe you're gonna, but I'm saying.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Talk about
don't say it. But that's money.
Right. But
that could help somebody score in a tournament, so you got to start to think about it.
Yeah, they're scoring against me, dude.
Okay, look, there's people in California that you're never going to fish against, dude.
True.
There's people in Carolina and Florida you're never going to fish against. Mm-hmm. And it's a big world, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to decide.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing this year. Now, first of all, if you guys...
I mean, that assumes you're going to find the same bed fish you find, right?
Yeah.
Or they're going to have 3 live scopes on their boat, Travis.
Well...
Come on, man!
One of the live scopes is more.
Wait. One more thing.
What?
One more thing. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's just build the business right now. I'm just going to say it. Okay, so Gajo Baits, he's on. He's going to be donating. You know, and I know, because I caught my personal best smallie on it, that you said tip the scales just shy of 8, and it's on a Gajo bait color that nobody's ever seen, and you're never going to tell anybody about. What would people pay for access to that color?
Will would kill me, dude. I can't.
But here's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. Gajo baits.
I'm just thinking.
If I could never use that color again, I'd be fine. With the color he sells to the public, I'd be fine, Eric.
And that might be fair, but I could tell you this. All right. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying for you, man. Why don't you have an exclusive line of Gajo bait colors? They're SmallmouthCrush approved, and that people can take a drop shot lesson and get some Gajo baits in that color.
Yes, as soon as Will gets motivated to do that, I'm ready.
Oh, that's on Will. Look, man, Travis is out of work. Everybody needs the help. So we're not talking about gouging. We're talking about a few tips, a great lesson. Let's launch this thing and let's get you healthy. Is anybody complaining?
I actually have a new. I didn't want to bring it up tonight. I guess we could.
All right.
We'll wait on that. There's some good things coming down the pipe.
So Will goes death from above if he does.
I promise, Will. I can't share that color.
Okay, fair enough.
I've shared it with some very close friends that I trust, and that's it.
All right, fair enough, man.
Or if you book a trip with me, you're going to be using the color too, so it doesn't matter.
All right. I mean, did he approve that?
I don't know if he knows.
Well, now he does. I think you're going to die. Well, this may be the last we see of SmallmouthCrush. Because the next time Travis goes up to the St. Lawrence, that will be his last trip. Oh. And you know the St. Regis never gives up her dead like Lake Gitchagumi.
I would never sell... I see guys selling GPS spots. If you got... So there's some specific lakes where, yes, I need to know where a rock pile is. I'm telling you, on Lake Ontario, I don't have waypoints. I don't. Right.
Would you buy waypoints?
Would I buy a waypoint? I mean,
Dan says that people sell them. There's a dude in California. Does he have any on the Potomac? Does he have any ledges on the Potomac he can sell us?
I know areas. I mean, it's just all about those fish move, man. Yeah, do I know where there's a rock pile? Yes. But those aren't what you're looking for, these, especially in the summertime. These schools of fish move based on conditions.
Wait. Shh. This is the part that you teach when people call you up and do one-on-one Zoom sessions.
Good point.
I don't know. That's what I'm talking about, man. Advanced smallmouth tactics. One-on-one. Yes. You know, what's in the box kind of talk. You know, if you could only have 5 rods, help a co-angler win. Like, if you're a co, like, here's a tip. One thing I learned from Travis is you all are fishing too light on drop shots as co-anglers and FLWs. You better have a 1/2 ounce or a 3/4. Get drop before the pro does. I might even go to 1 ounce. You're seeing something? I watch you drop. I drop. I got 1 ounce. You got 3/4. Boom, I'm there first. That Smalley goes, what? Right over to my bait. He's only got to move 10 feet, and I might flip it to the middle of the boat. Oh, I'm getting there first. Wow. I don't know, dude.
I'll tell you, the biggest thing, so this year, you guys know I had issues with FLW, so I pretty much wasn't going to fish major tournaments anyways. It's a good year I picked that because everything's canceled.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I do miss that.
Weird.
I'm very competitive when it comes to the tournament scene. I love that, man. That's going to hurt the most this year. And, for a lot of you guys, I'm sure. I'm reading the comments.
The comments are awesome. I can't wait. I actually have to go back and watch these videos because I try not to read the comments as much because, I just want to be in the moment and do the thing in the flow. I mean, you're pulled into them because it's incredible, right? But I got to go back and watch because there's so many things I miss. And I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't answer the questions. I mean, people are like, Travis, I've asked this question 5 times. We need a moderator.
Oh, jeez. So he's hooking... I don't even want to start.
Look at that, man. He already got a Joe-inspired color. We'll be talking about a Manson color and an Epic E color when we get together. He's trying to lure you up there so bad it hurts.
I actually have a color that he knows about that we're trying to make. I'm working with a bunch of different companies. It's just nothing's coming together right now.
All right, I have something that I've attempted to do that I might just bust out, and it's a custom thing, but it involves this. I'm not saying any more.
Okay,
it involves this. I don't know that it would matter, but man, it would look sexy.
Oh man! So I gave a couple of the seminars I did this past year at some of these sports shows. I talked about, because I understand I have a decent. I mean, I haven't won a big event, guys. I failed on the Elite Series. Like, I'm not, anything special when it comes to tournaments, but I'm fairly consistent when it comes to, yeah.
Time out. Okay, so
but don't let me lose my train of thought here, because this is important.
I'm sorry. Angler of the Year, how many times?
Yeah.
But BFL is not like big. It's not a big deal. There's some really good sticks.
What I'm saying is, in my seminars I do, it's about competing in tournaments, and it's not the secret crankbait color that Eric designs. That's not, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Eric. That's not how you do well in tournaments.
Did I say it was?
It's not about the baits.
No, did I
That's
say it was?
That's part of the problem I have. I love these tackle talks.
But
and
did I say
talk
it
about
was?
all these fucking different rattle traps that we own. Okay?
Did I say it was?
But damn it, Eric.
Did I say it was?
No. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to talk about. Let me
tell you something. My partner, Scooter Lilly, that I fished with down in the Carolinas, right? He kept it simple. He's won boats. He's won motors. He's won lots of events in his career. More than you'll ever win, or more than I could ever dream about winning. Mm-hmm. My whole angle is give somebody a little bit something different that's going to make a difference in their fishing. That's it.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys.
And by the way, what? Just so you know,
it's not about the fucking waiver that you buy $80 on Tackle Warehouse. That's not what's going to win tournaments.
Did I say it was?
No.
They're all tools to be used at the right time. But there are some very special baits out there, right? Did you watch the interview with Hank Cherry, the classic winner on Bass University? Did you?
No.
I didn't think you did. So right after they interviewed Hank and they showed the classic trophy, because, Hank Cherry caught, in part, a 26-pound bag on day one with some jackhammers of different colors, right? Which is arguably one of the best chatterbaits ever made, right?
Right.
So Pete referenced a chatterbait that I threw with him on the water right after he interviewed Cherry. And he said, I got to give a shout out to Epic Eric. He brought some red-bladed jigs out with me 7 years ago.
Sure.
7, Travis. And he threw a green pumpkin Z-Man chatterbait, and he caught 0. I scorched him behind him all day long. And he got so disgusted that he couldn't catch a bass. This is a guy who's fished the elites, and he's won big tournaments that you haven't won. And he goes, I can't stand it anymore. Give me your rod. And he took it at Carpenter's Point, and he moved the boat 150 yards and caught 2 fish between 3 and 4 pounds. Mm-hmm. And we both turned to each other and said, sometimes it is the bait. There's too many anecdotal stories that I found with hunting action. Guess what? Absolutely about the bait sometime. Absolutely about a new technique.
Not consistently.
I didn't say it was. So we can agree that they're all tools to be used at the right times. They're all tools for the right condition. You still got to find the fish, and the guy who finds the fish is going to win the tournament. And maybe on baits that aren't new, that are staid and true, the old tried and true rattle trap, the old tried and true Texas worm, the old
Eric, I'm going to give you my secret, and that's all I can give is my secret, okay? If you want to consider my little fucking derby successful, fine. But here it is, okay?
I do.
Here it is.
Yeah.
It's fishing what you have extreme confidence in.
100%.
And your mind has to be focused on that. That's the fucking secret to tournament fishing.
Hey, man.
That is, dude.
We can totally agree on that, but you got to find the fish, and you got to make decisions on the water. It's the calls that people make during the derbies.
But that's your knowledge and confidence of what you're doing.
Agreed.
Listen,
did
people
Randy
pick on
have-
me all
hey,
the time for having. When I did well, and I don't have a lot of experience outside of this region. So when I go to a championship for the Costas and I go to Kentucky Lake and I'm drop shotting in the fall, I look like an idiot. But to me, I felt I cashed it. I top 20. I could have one bite away from making. That's why I did it, because I felt comfortable.
Can we talk about a couple things that you and I talked about?
Okay.
Okay. One, you didn't have a drop shot color worm that they wanted to eat, did you? Be honest. And you ordered it from Tackle Warehouse.
Yes.
You said they ran from the color that you loved.
No, that was Cumberland.
That's what I mean.
I'm talking about the year prior, the Costa Championship on Kentucky Lake is.
Oh, but I'm talking about the one on Cumberland, because that's a good example too, right?
Okay.
And then we also talked about a technique and a lure that is new, right?
On Cumberland?
Yeah.
A new lure?
Dude, I mean, relatively new, arguably fashioned after one of the best crankbaits ever made, the Wiggle Wart.
Well,
right?
See, that's
you
what
threw this. You threw the storm, and you had to burn it to get a bite, right?
Well, no.
So
if you would have watched the video, Eric.
No, I know you threw a DT as well.
The DT was more of a. You're mixing our stories up with Matt. Matt was throwing the rock crawler more than I was.
Fair enough. But
I did catch.
Bait,
yes,
right?
I did catch fish on the rock crawler as well. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. That's what I'm saying. But what fascinated me about your story was when you threw your favorite color drop shot worm and you watched on your live scope the fish ran the other way. Mm-hmm. So you say it's not about the baits, but when you put the right color bait on that you'd never thrown before, that I knew about and I've thrown and scored big behind people throwing your favorite color bait, you got bites and you caught fish that mattered. So it is about the bait sometimes. Yeah, you found your own fish, and that's the first ingredient. But that color
this is too confusing,
made
but
the
you're
difference.
right. Yes. I give up. Then I don't know.
See, that sucks. That's what I'm trying to say. The switch in the color, the action of a bait, a hunting crankbait that's no bass has ever seen.
Yes.
There's way too many.
I've been so in depth on this talk right now. I haven't even looked at any of these comments. So let's go over this. This is interesting. You're right, Eric. Yes.
So,
yeah,
look, you could get really confused really quick on the number of baits. But, dude, there are some gems out there that people should have in their box. That's a fact. And there's some mods you can make to those baits that make a difference. Like, I talk a lot about the baby -1 or the baby 1-. But I don't talk a lot about if you take one of the hooks off, how it changes the action of the bait. Right. So everybody's throwing, and the vintage versus the new, right? Or the hunting waddle bat that I found that literally it was like bass had never seen it. And so Z-Man products, the Ned rig that had been around for years that you never threw, that I've been telling you about and that you score on regularly. It's crazy. So new baits matter for sure. Color can matter. Like people thought red was new. It ain't new. This jackhammer's new. But there's some other chatterbaits out that are better than this. Yeah. Fact. Dude, fact. Because they do different things. Not saying this won't catch them. Because it does. And I'm not saying the old original Z-Man won't catch them. Because it does. Right?
Yeah.
But there's always somebody looking for that next thing, for sure. Not to say that your stuff that you have in your tackle box, you can go to use and for effective use. But throw it a little bit different, something on that bait with a little more flash and shine, it can matter. I've seen it too many times.
At the same time, here's a funny story. So I was fishing on the Chesapeake a few days ago.
First name, the back hook. I would remove the back hook and throw like a big number 4 on the bottom. Anyway, go ahead.
No, so I ran to our buddy Randy. He's a school teacher, and he's got off, so he's out on the bay quite a bit as well. And he met me in a bay, and we were talking.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, I started out on this spot. And I said, well, I did too. I was there a little earlier than him. And he goes, how'd you do there?
Yep.
I go, I zeroed. How'd you do? Oh, I caught 7. And then my next comment was, well, I was forcing the fish to eat what I wanted to eat because I wanted to make a video on it. So that's another thing too. So
Oh man, that is so true, man.
You know what I mean? Like I stopped on this spot and I was dead set on making a video about this bait today, which I ended up doing later on in the day.
Sure.
But I missed some of those fish because of it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people get caught in the same things they've been doing for years, and that's. I mean, I hope what you're doing on YouTube is about teaching people new techniques and showing them some new things occasionally, right? You know, but hey, you can keep it super simple and catch bass all day long. A freaking Senko rigged how many different ways? Wacky, Texas.
Well, there's only one way to fish a Senko.
Nico.
If you're not drop shotting in, that's wacky rig.
But there you go, right? I mean, how many people have drop shotted a wacky rig Senko? Probably a few out there, right? I haven't spent a lot of time doing it. But, I mean, that's the whole point, right? New techniques matter. Sometimes a color can matter. A bait can definitely matter, because I got way too many examples with some really stout fishermen that just their jaws are on the ground. And mine is too. And I bought some really shitty duds that didn't work like I thought they would.
Yeah.
I got rolled up in the hype. But that's what I want to tell people about, what worked and what didn't. I'll show my dogs. I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But
the problem
don't buy them on eBay.
The problem is a lot of these dogs, other people crack them on, dude. Oh. It's all about confidence.
Well, I don't know. Tell me a dog that you think is a dog that people crack them on.
Honestly, we were talking about LipLess tonight. Red-eye shads. I don't catch a lot of fish on red-eye shads.
Probably because you don't throw it because you don't have confidence.
Probably. I have a box of them.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, you're right. How often is that on my starting lineup of LipLess?
There it is, man. And guess what? You should throw what you're confident in, no question about it.
Yeah.
But understanding the bait and its unique characteristics and, you know, especially in the crankbait game or, you know. Anyway, we agree. I think we're on the same page, bro. Confidence, strength fishing, no question about it. A lot of guys talk about that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love to experiment, man. So you're dealing with a bait hound over here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Eric, if you guys don't know, Eric, you and I have opposite, a lot of times, ideas when it comes to baits.
Yeah, I'm not a tournament fisherman, bro. I'm a team tournament.
I know.
Right?
But we work together well. I learned a lot from you, okay?
Yeah, thanks. And likewise. Back at you.
It's hard to describe our relationship when we're out fishing because it is a little different. You know, your little, if you don't make a, you know, when your fingernail polish red bar on a crankbait, you're not going to catch a fish on it.
No, I don't think that. Dude. I do it for the aesthetic because I grew up as the son of an artist, man. So I have an eye for detail. And I just like to make them look pretty. But look, I throw some ugly ass shit. It doesn't matter if you put that orange on the belly of a -1 with a Q-tip and didn't make the lines even. I just want it to look good. That's just because I like to take pictures of them. And I like, you know, you look at a custom crankbait painter, man. Look at Tacklecraft stuff. That stuff's beautiful. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like a Picasso.
Right.
But does it matter that it's beautiful? No. The color schemes matter, I think. And it matters up here. And you're confident.
Yes.
It's the hues that, you know, anything in the red vein, anything in the black and blue vein, anything in the chartreuse vein, anything in the shaddy vein, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, hey, look, we all know that lures are designed to catch fishermen, not fish. But at the end of the day, there are some really cool combinations out there that I think work better than others. You can't, I mean, Fire Tiger. How you going to beat that? And it doesn't really matter whose version you're throwing. As long as it's got that lime green back, chartreuse side, orange on the belly, right, and a black back. Boom, you're in business.
Right.
And the lines don't have to be straight. Make them any way you want. Because when that thing's wobbling, they're just getting the hue. But damn, it catches them. Why? I don't know.
I just want to go drop shot on some big smallmouth, bro. Is that too much to ask?
I know, man. I know.
When I launched the boat on the Chesapeake the other day, you know what my mind was thinking in 20 minutes of me being out there, dude? Seeing the muddy water and the tides and carrying the dirt line over here, and I wanted to fish this spot, but it was too dirty, and I was just like, why am I even here? Yeah. That's
awesome, man.
I don't know, dude.
Brian Breesmeister goes, always in the back experimenting during team tourneys. I know it's triggered some sweet limits and a big fish or two. Well, what do you know, Travis?
That's right. Dude, I'm not discrediting. Listen, if you weren't on my boat
Yeah.
practicing before the FLW coast on the Potomac,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have placed third. I don't know.
I don't think you would have. I can almost guarantee you wouldn't have. I took you to the best fucking cove on the river.
Right,
A,
right.
B, it gave you 2 out of 3 baits,
Hold
and they
on,
were
hold on,
choking.
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got? All right, let me see, man. Man, St. Chris, I love that copper green shad, bro. That's like one of the best 1.5s ever made. Sally Diver. I don't know what it is, Jamie. I'm trying to look at the comments, man. How many people are still watching? I have no clue. Spy baiting. Sean, good for smallies. Oh, yeah.
All right, back. What did I miss?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to read some of the comments, man. I'm trying to get back.
I know, I can't keep up.
I know, no. How many we got watching?
Well, we're slowly tapering off.
Yeah, I figured, right? No problem.
2:11.
That's pretty good. That's crazy.
Decent for 11 o'clock at night.
11, it's 11? That's true, Brian B. Yeah. Like when I threw that 10-pound test in a brush pile on the Roanoke and almost caught a 9-pounder, Scooter was having a heart attack, man. I mean, who does that? I caught him. Got us a check.
Sean brings up a good question. How do you guys choose color? Do you just go with confidence, or do you go through a whole set of colors depending on clarity? I think that goes with confidence. So,
well, I would disagree. So, not my confidence. It's like if it's stained, heavy stain, muddy, definitely got colors that I like. If
yeah,
it's
your
kind of like
confidence colors
semi-stained
for that.
Oh yeah, right. So he's asking, what colors do you choose for those water conditions? Muddy, semi-stained, you know. Mm-hmm. Then you got like the nice green color on the Potomac and Upper Bay, where just like you know what you're throwing, and then you got clear, like in a grass bed, right? 3 different. I mean, that's 4 different colors. Mm-hmm. And you gotta cycle through that.
Confidence colors, yes.
Yeah, true. But I've had fish eat fire tiger in clear water. But I'll say this: you got to be burning it. Here's a tip for you: in the -1 in the summer, you can't reel it fast enough. Maybe with an 8.5, the bait will probably blow out before you can reel it fast enough.
And
Trigger
here's
bites.
how much I suck. Let me. While we got just a small audience, let me tell you how bad I suck. I'm looking straight at the camera.
All right, I'm looking at you, man.
Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm a tidal water guy.
Yeah. Well, you are now.
Guess how many fish I've caught on a baby 1- in my life?
0.
That's right. 0.
That's unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Straight up, fucking sue me. I don't know, dude.
Well, do you have any?
Sure.
What do you throw like when
Not
the
a baby
grass
1-.
Well, what's your super shallow crankbait then?
I'll probably be looking for hard structure with a freaking drop shot, Brohim, and I'll whoop your monkey ass.
Travis, you realize that when the grass is on, you can't beat it on hard cover.
Just being honest with you.
No, you cannot beat grass fish when the grass fishing's hot. As much time as you spend out there, you'd be able to find the better grass fish.
I struggle, I guess.
You are unbeatable. Grass fish are unbeatable. You cannot beat it.
I'll come in 8th, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, but if you combined your hard cover with grass,
I'm just stating the fact, dude.
Well, then you got to grow outside of that 8th place finish, dude.
I do.
Well, no. You don't. You had a chance to win a coastal on the Potomac. And where'd you fish? Any hard cover with a drop shot?
Probably.
You did not. You didn't catch one fish on a drop shot. You got it all on YouTube. I'm in the same cove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's the point that you just said. People going back to their own tricks and not growing outside to like incorporate new techniques to make them a more complete angler. It's like the guys that are power guys that refuse to pick up a spinning rod. They go to MLF and they get their, I mean, you look at Porosnik. How do you win that one tournament, man?
Which one? I don't watch
Porosnik, he won it on a spinning rod. Wacky rigging a frickin' Senko, man. You look at the top guys, they're going to have, how did Jordan Lee win back-to-back classics? He picked up a spinning rod. When Jason Christie said on camera, what am I going to do? Pick up a fairy wand and throw a Senko under a dock? And I'm begging him on, like, while I'm watching live, going, oh my God, yeah, do that, man. I don't even think he has a spinning rod in the boat. And he came in with one fish shy.
Well, if we get to fish together this year,
yeah,
let's make that a challenge.
Challenge?
Let's shoot a YouTube video on how to teach Travis how to throw a baby one minus.
I absolutely would love to do that, man. I think it's something that you'd have a lot of fun with, man. There's nothing like baby one minus out of grass.
Listen, I'll crank shallow grass, but it won't be with a baby one minus. That's all I'm saying.
Tell me your lure.
We will at some point. Even wood. Guys are like, why don't you throw a baby one minus? Or the other day, I was...
Well, Travis, what do you throw cranking in shallow wood? I'm talking 1 to 3 feet. What do you throw?
Do you want me to go show you?
Sure, man. Show me. I mean, I've never seen you do it. All right, tell me what it is.
A 1.0.
Okay. But that's not a 1 foot or less super shallow crankbait.
Can be.
I'm not. Okay, hold your rod tip high. I got that part. Sure. Fair enough.
I prefer that over a baby one minus. That's why I never throw them. I don't know.
I just have yet to see you score heavy in grass on shallow grass. I don't know.
True that.
I just never seen you do it. I've never even seen you personally.
Okay.
Pull out a 1.0 in a grass bed. I seen you throw swim jig. Seen you throw chatterbait. I seen you throw spinnerbait. I've seen you drop shot. I've never seen. I mean, you're just not a crankbait guy. And it's just
not a crankbait guy.
Shallow, super shallow cranking grass.
No,
you're not, and that's okay. But if you really, you could be stubborn and throw the 1.0. But I mean, I got plenty of baby minus one minuses if you want a few. I'll help you there. I got
I have a lot of them.
And goddamn, man, put in your game. Why are you being so hard-headed? Classical leader, for sure, man. Great bait. Starts to swim immediately. There's a TD bait out there, Team Daiwa, that's discontinued that I think you could still get, man, which is a dynamite super shallow crankbait. It's less aggressive than the -1. Great for cold water when the fish get on shallow wood in the spring, man. Dynamite bait. I've had some epic days on the Upper Bay on shallow wood on that bait and the Potomac. But
Rich says by the end of our 7-day live streak, we're going to be divorced.
No, because I mean, what's the point? We're going to talk about stuff that we have confidence in.
And we promise it won't go this long. This might be a new record here.
It truly is, Howard. For me, individual tournaments. I used to fish individual tournaments. And I just don't enjoy them anymore, man. I put too much pressure on myself. I got out of bass fishing for like 10 years and was running a business and raising a family when the kids were young. And, just too much time for bass fishing. So I got into trout fishing. That's why I tie stuff up. And when I got back into bass fishing, I joined Skeeter Owners Club. I got Rookie of the Year. My first year came in second in the club. And the next year I came in second. And the third year, I forget. I don't know what I came in. But I stopped enjoying fishing by myself. I sometimes would have non-boaters in the back, but I really love the team dynamic, man. When I fish team tournaments with Travis, I love it. I fish with Brian Breezemeister from Bass Alarm down to Region 7 of Virginia and Scooter Lilly on a couple different trails in the Carolinas and Virginias, man. And I absolutely freaking love it. Team tournaments are for me, man. I love the chatter like this, talking about crazy shit. Why am I doing that in the back? Throw this, don't do that. And then throw it and then do something good and contribute to the team. Turning my new team partners onto some new techniques that they never did before they met me. Learning from them things I've never done before I fished with them. And so for me, that's what it's all about. So there you go, man. You got to go, man. I couldn't hear you. No, you're still out, man. You got no sound. I think you muted. There you go.
There we go.
Now.
Perfect.
All
right, guys. Now. So it was a
great show.
Tomorrow night, Ryan will join us.
Oh, the Alabama Hammer. That's what I like to call him.
That's right. The Alabama Hammer in the house.
Nice. Jamie, Speed Trap on Wood. Hello.
The comments are still coming in. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Listen, don't forget to support the channel if you want. It's better than this Super Chat, PayPal. We have a bunch of donations coming in tonight, so I really appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Also, the Smallmouth Crush gear.
Hey, remember, you owe me $5.
Okay.
Minus 30%.
Send me an invoice.
And $20 for the shipping for the baits to you and the guy.
There you go. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
With Ryan. Until next time, we'll see you guys
on the water.
On the water.
Good night, everybody.